All right, shalom everybody. I hope you can hear me very well. We are back again, and because we know that we need to learn wisdom, and the best person to learn wisdom from is Prophet Muhammad. I was just looking for a video to play for you, and this one came in my way, so I will play it for you as a start for our snack for today. Not this one. Where? All right. Not this one too. Well, I have many pictures there. Oh boy. Not this one too. All right. This one. So there is a very important question. And here you will see why Islam is super intelligent religion.
I'm playing chess in Islam.
Okay.
Abdullah from Canada says, what's the ruling on playing chess? Chess is an issue of dispute among scholars. Some scholars say that it is totally prohibited, and they narrate a hadith that Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, passed by people praying chess, and he said, "Ma hadhihi at-tamathil allati antum laha aakifun?" What are these idols that you are worshipping? This is being quoted from the Quran for those who were worshipping idols and not playing a game. So a lot of scholars say that this is haram on the basis that it wastes time and that it is not befitting of a Muslim to engage in such games, and there is a probability that one would miss the salat and a probability of gambling. And with all due respect, I believe that all of these justifications are not accurate. Everything nowadays can waste your time. So what's the ruling on screening your WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter? What's the ruling on taking a ride for 2-3 hours with the guys, with the boys, hanging out at cafes, drinking coffee, etc.? It's halal. But how do I define whether it's wasting time or not? If I'm not playing around and being distracted from my obligations, I'm doing my prayer on time, I'm doing my obligations towards my parents, my wife, my children, my work, my studies, and I have free time and I would like to waste it and entertain myself in halal means, what's wrong in that? My prayer is done in the masjid, no problem. There's no gambling, there's no swearing. So some scholars said that it is haram. Other scholars said that it is totally permissible because it makes you think, it makes you strategize, and it is something beneficial for your brain, providing that the conditions are fulfilled.
So guys, imagine the majority of the Muslims, like this guy, he is not against it because I think they notice that if they keep saying that a chess is forbidden, they are losing and more people who consider themselves as Muslims. So now he's trying to consider himself like trying to be smart, so he will not lose Muslims. So he's saying he's okay with it. But the fact, we know that Islam forbid playing chess. And now he's trying to be logical. And he is saying why he is logical, because chess make you think. Okay, if I typed the word lizard to his name, lizard, let us see where is his brain. So now he was speaking logical, supposedly saying, well, if you are just playing to entertain yourself and this game make you think, it's good. Where is your brain when you were teaching this? How somebody play chess, he can accept such stupid stories?
Can you please explain the hadith about why we should kill the house lizard? First of all, the house lizard, I think they call it salamander or something like that. I'm not sure. the house lizard is an insect, an insect that is harmful. Some of it cause a lot of diseases.
Wow.
And some say that it intends to walk over the food and the drinks and to poo, where it puts a lot of its illnesses and diseases in people's food. So in general, it is a dangerous creature.
Dangerous.
That only brings harm to the people in general. And if you notice that anything that is harmful, Islam tells us to kill. So Islam tells us,
so why are you still alive?
To kill a wild dog that bites and attacks people.
False. Muhammad says kill all dogs. When people complain, he said only keep only the guardian dog. Don't say dogs harm people. You're a liar.
It tells us to kill mice because they spread all types of diseases. Plague is one of they are most infamous for. And also they cause fire in houses. As in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, it tells us mice do heinous things.
Very evil.
Though people nowadays are so fond of them. We're told to kill the crows. A crow that also carries diseases and eats dead meat. We're ordered to kill.
You know, it's very funny that the Muslims, when they speak, don't you eat a chicken? Chicken eat dead meat. Cockroaches, shit. Don't you know what chicken eat? If a chicken see cockroach, this is like yum yum. I mean, those people are just, they try to justify their stupidity. So lizard is an insect, and now he's giving you a list of things we have to kill. And this lizard, he do heinous things. You know, he's evil. He's doing it on purpose. He's not just a creature, lizard being a lizard, looking for food, looking to survive. Suddenly, the lizard is very evil. And we know that, in fact, farmers, they need lizard. The more lizard they have in their farm, the better, because lizard will not eat their crops, will clean their farm from every harming insect. So lizards are very useful. You know, they have their share in balanced, the natural balance. So this is how stupid the Muslims are. And not only that, Muhammad, he called them for jihad. So 2 minutes ago, we heard him speaking about something logical, about chess, and why Islam forbade chess. Because Muhammad, he saw people playing with the chess, and those chess, they have what look like idols, which is very silly, stupid. I mean, this is just a game. And now he's saying, like, we are the smart people, and Islam teach us to kill anything is harmful. And he start counting for you the harmful things. But the lizard have a special place in Islam.
Snakes. We're ordered to kill scorpions. And these, by nature, are harmful for people. So killing them.
So why you don't kill spider? They don't.
Is justifiable and it's a legitimate thing to do. Likewise with the house lizards. And there is a hadith.
Now we are talking.
In Sahih al-Bukhari, where the Prophet told us, alayhi salatu wasalam, that when Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, was thrown by his people in the blazing fire, all the creatures of Allah used to try and put off the fire, with the exception of the house lizard.
Notice, a second ago he said the mice is evil. The crow is evil. The snake is evil. Suddenly now, all those evil ones, they were trying to help Ibrahim to stop the fire, except the stupid lizard, filthy lizard. But a second ago you were counting for me all the evil creatures. Now suddenly the rat is helping to stop the fire. The mice, he just said all the creatures. Listen, he said all the creatures, they were trying to stop the fire except Mr. Lizard.
All the creatures of Allah
See?
used to
Even pig.
try and put off the fire, with the exception of the house lizard. It used to try to blow so that the fire would grow.
Wow.
And this shows you that
We have Yunus, he's a Muslim. So Yunus, do you believe in this story, Yunus? Are you there, Yunus?
I'm good.
Do you believe in the story of the lizard?
Yes, I do.
Why you think it's true story? Why the lizard wanna kill Abraham?
Not he decided to clear Abraham.
What?
I want to listen to what he is saying. So I want to understand him before talk anything.
Anyone understand what the guy's saying? Why the lizard wanna kill
Yes.
why the lizard wanna kill Abraham? Hello? Why the lizard wanna kill Abraham? What is the problem? Maybe he wanna take his wife? What do you think? There's like some kind of personal interest behind the lizard trying to kill Abraham?
Why? You mean why lizard want to kill Abraham?
Yeah, don't you see? All the creatures, they were trying to stop the fire except the filthy lizard. So why the lizard want to kill Abraham? Not only want to kill him, he want to burn him alive. What do you think the problem? Are you there?
The rule of the research.
What?
Can you hear me?
Somebody need a translator. What you said? Hello?
You know, okay. Can you hear me? I don't understand your question. Can you come again, please?
The question is, why the lizard want to kill Abraham?
Why the lizard want to kill Abraham?
Why the lizard want to kill Abraham? Yeah. Why he is trying to make the fire bigger so Abraham will be dead by barbecue. Do you need to invite some friends to help you? Hello? What? Lord have mercy. All right, Abdul. Nice to meet you. It was lizard to need to talk to you. Lord have mercy. Just take a hike, man. They are so smart. Yeah, Mohammed is here. Mohammed, want to tell us why the lizard? Why we have to kill the lizard?
Hello, CP. You're talking about the lizard?
Yeah, the lizard.
The lizard is harmful. That's why we kill it.
That's not a reason. You're lying.
What? What do you mean, sir?
This is not the reason. The
That's
lizard,
the reason.
the lizard, according to your prophet, he tried to kill Solomon by putting fuel, gas. He bought gas from the gas station. He blow, you know, he blow wind into the gas, into the
Yeah, I
fire.
know, I know.
Oh, you know. Oh, okay. So why you said to me because it's harmful? Why
Yeah,
you are lying?
no. I know that the lizard did that, but that's because it is harmful, not the other way around. You're looking
Ah,
at
the lizard did
at it
that.
a different way.
How a lizard is in the size of
It
your,
is harmful.
how the lizard is so small and is going to do such a thing? How the lizard can do that?
What?
The lizard is just a tiny, small, tiny animal in the size of your finger. So how a lizard can blow fire to burn a man?
Yeah, it does what it can. It's
It can.
even small. She's just trying to do this.
Ah,
Just a small, even a small amount. It's
oof, 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 oof.
yeah. It's not really the point. The
No,
point
no,
is
this is
that
the, no, this is the point. No, this is the
it
point.
was
So
trying.
is this story, is it true or not?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What is your proof?
It's what is my proof? It's in Islam. It's in hadiths. You don't believe in Islam. What do you mean
Okay.
proof?
Because
CP, stop your stupid questions.
because how come? Let us see who is stupid here. How come lizard don't blow fire at anybody? Only Abraham. Why you want to do that to Abraham only?
Well, that's because I told you because it's harmful. You say we kill it
No,
because
no, no. You
its
are
ancestor
no,
did that.
first of all, lizards are very useful. They are very much needed for every farmers. Without them, we will be in trouble. They eat flies. They eat bugs. They don't harm a human. This is their food. They even some of them they eat even a scorpion. So saying the lizards are harmful is a stupid statement. The only one is harmful is you Muslims.
It's harmful. It's harmful.
Well, you are a Muslim.
No, it's
Every
you're more harmful
Muslims are very harmful people. Name
than
one
these
thing.
listeners. It's more,
Name one.
you're more harmful than
Name one thing for me. The Muslim. Let us compare between the lizard and a Muslim. What the lizard he do? Tell me the last disaster a lizard he did.
I'm saying for the CP. I answered your question.
No,
Do
you
you
didn't
have
answer.
another
No, no.
topic?
Name for
I'm not yet there.
Name for me. I can count for you. I can count for you endless disasters done by Muslims. Count for me one disaster done by Mr. Lizard.
Very funny. Now, do you have another subject,
See,
or
see
should I
guys,
leave?
he
Yes, your stupid questions.
he just admitted that his prophet is a stupid false prophet, and his nose is so big. So Muhammad is fabricating a story, and now you cannot explain the stupidity of your prophet. You cannot explain. You know who is going to believe in such a stupid story? Your prophet nose is so big. Name for me one thing Muhammad did is not harmful. Like, okay, have you ever heard of a lizard having sex with a baby lizard? They don't. Muhammad, he does. Have you ever heard of a lizard? He go to the house of other lizard and he flirt with his son, the lizard wife, and he take the wife from his son? They don't. Lizards are from good families, not like your prophet. Have you ever heard of a lizard?
No, it is harmful.
Have you ever heard of a lizard telling other lizard to drink the piss of a camel or to drink the piss of other camel? Your prophet, he told
I'm not here to debate.
You're a-
I'm not here to debate you if the lizard is harmful or not.
you're a prophet, he told you to drink his piss and even his blood, and even you fight over his shit. Even the water from his laundry, you Muslim, if he spit, you fight over his spit. Lizard don't do that. And you are a liar. Your prophet, he said, the one who killed a lizard from the first hit, he get 100 reward. Is that correct?
I don't know this hadith, but maybe. I don't
Okay.
know.
Why, if you hit him
What
from the
was-
first hit, you get 100? If you If you kill him from
I
the
told you
second, huh?
it's harmful. It's harmful.
It's
I
what?
told you the lizard is harmful. It's harmful. It's harmful. The lizard, this lizard, house lizard, the wazagh, it's harmful.
Why you don't kill? Why you don't kill a spider?
Who said we do?
You don't kill a spider. Show me. Show me reference that you can kill a spider.
No, it's,
Huh?
no, most scholars said that he is harmful. Said that.
So why you have a chapter in the
Because
Quran
it's
called?
harmful.
Why you have a chapter in the Quran called spider?
That doesn't mean it's not harmful. There's
No,
a chapter.
no, I'm asking you why you call, why you call it
There's a chapter.
why you call it why you call the chapter spider?
The Ankabut, it's an Ankabut.
Yeah, why you call it the chapter spider?
Allah called it this. We don't.
But why?
discuss
But
this
why?
with
Why?
Allah.
Why?
I don't know. Allah called it this.
See, the spider is more useful than you. The you know.
No.
You're a prophet. He even forbid you from killing lice. Is that true?
Killing what?
Lice.
Lice?
Yeah.
What's lice?
You don't know what lice? Fleas.
Lice, you mean flies?
Fleas. Lice. I said lice.
Oh, who's
You don't know what lice is? Fleas. The insect who suck your blood. They go inside you, like as if you are a dog. They go inside your, your fur, and they start sucking you.
No, CP. Anything that is harmful, we are allowed to kill it.
Okay, what if I show you? What if I show that your prophet spoke about lice? You cannot even curse the lice.
What? Lice? Flies? What do you mean
Lice. What's wrong with you? Lice. Fleas. What's wrong with you?
Flies with an F. Flies.
I did not say flies. I said
Why are you saying lice?
Lice.
Lice. I don't know English. I don't know English very well.
You do not know English? Okay. So if we go right now,
I don't know.
Barghouth. You don't know the Barghouth?
Yes.
Okay. You're a prophet. He said, don't curse it. Why you cannot curse it?
Curse what? The flies?
Yeah, the lice.
lice?
The lice, yeah. The fleas. Why?
You said curse it? Well, why do we curse it?
Somebody he find a lot of lice in his butt, in his panty. So he said, damn you. Why we cannot say that?
No, we can't curse anything. Cursing means we ask God to kick them out of His mercy. Cursing is very serious in Islam. This is another subject.
You are a big fat liar.
What do you mean I'm a fat liar?
Because
this is what cursing means.
Because you're a prophet. He asked you to curse a woman who put makeup or perfume, or even she take hair from her face. So if cursing is bad,
jumping from subject to subject. Stick to one subject. I don't have time for that. I need to do my homework to answer one specific question. You just jump from question to question.
What is your homework? Look, do you see my screen? Do you see my screen? Do you see my screen? You're a prophet and his disciple. They are full of lies.
No. CP, you always complain about me. When I answer you, I don't know. It's because you always jump from subject to subject. Change the subject.
No, we are talking about the lizard. Here we go.
No.
You are.
Okay.
Read for me what I am showing you. Does it say that he said, don't don't curse the lies because he woke up a prophet to pray to Allah? Huh?
What is that? What is that?
What?
What is it?
You don't
What
know?
does it say? Oh, yes.
Uh,
I see it, yes. No. Yeah, cursing, we can't curse. Cursing is very serious in Islam. I told you, CP. It means we
but
ask
why you,
God to kick them out of His mercy.
but why
It's,
you
it's not about
why
killing him.
okay, listen
He's,
listen
you
lies
lied.
lies hold on, you said the lizard is bad, it's harmful, this is why we kill it. So why you cannot kill the lice and curse the lice?
No, CP, you're lying. You were talking about killing it, not
If you
cursing it.
okay,
You're lying.
so can you
lying.
so you cannot curse
Stop
it.
it.
Hold on, so you cannot curse it but you can kill it?
Yeah, cursing is very different. It's very serious in Islam.
Do you
We are allowed to throw it away. We don't have to.
Do your mother take hair from her face?
I don't have time for the CP. You're lying. You know you're lying. You were talking about killing it. Now you're talking about cursing it.
I am showing.
This is so stupid.
Okay.
CP, you're lying. Stupid.
Okay. Can you prove to me that lizards are evil and they try to kill Abraham? Do you have any proof of what you are saying?
I don't have time for the stupidity. I told you this is in Islam. You don't believe in Islam.
I
How am I supposed to
agree.
prove it?
I agree. You don't have time for stupidity. He agreed.
I'll come back again.
He agreed.
Some question. Good questions. I'll come back.
He agreed that his prophet is stupid. He just said this is stupidity. The lizard is trying to burn Abraham. Who in the world wanna believe in such a stupid? How big the lizard mouth? And how much wind he can put in the fire? One lizard? What is the rest? The only harmful creatures in this earth is you Muslims. Every creature have a good reason to exist. What is the reason for you to exist? You tell me. Airplane, you want to hijack it. Women having a party, you kidnap them. Explode yourself in a bus or a bus station. You explode yourself even inside a mosque. We never heard of a lizard. He put a suicide belt around him and he want to explode himself. Have you? This is how stupid this garbage cult is. Right? We have to kill the lizard. This is how stupid you are to believe in such a story. The army of the lizard coming to kill Abraham. This is why we laugh at your prophet, and we know for sure he is mentally ill, and he is so stupid. He takes stories the Jews they tell to their kids, and you stupid Muslim, you take anything Muhammad he say, and he take anything he hear from the Jews. Your prophet is just a dummy. We do not need to prove it. His story prove it to us. The lizard, huh? The dangerous lizard. Don't curse the lice. This lice woke up a prophet to pray. What kind of a prophet? This prophet is full of lies. Muhammad was full of lies. The hadith says that he was hot like fire because he's full of lies, and he claimed that Allah, he tests his prophets by lies. How the God of Muslim he tests his prophets? By lies. How Allah he wake up prophets to pray? By lies. I heard that the lizard, they joined the USA Army and they are coming after you, Abdul. Is that true? Is it possible that Trump, he hire, as I heard, 1 million lizard to invade the Kaaba? Do you have any information, Abdul, about this? Did your prophet predict that? I mean, you cannot leave anybody in peace. Even the poor lizard become your enemy. Not only the Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, the Buddhas, you want to go after lizard. Do we have any smart Muslim? We don't have time for those stupid questions, CP. I know you don't have time, and you agree you're stupid. Guys, this is the lizard commander. He's a colonel. He joined the US Army and he is preparing himself to attack Prophet Muhammad's grave. All right? Just in case you do not know, you see, we have evidence. It's true. It's a fact. Yeah. The army of lizard. A lizard want to kill Abraham. And Abraham say, hey, please, lizard, come on, don't do that to me. Please, don't burn me. Come on, lizard, don't blow. The lizard is a, what the heck? That's so good. Did you see the border in Poland? They are not letting any Abdul. You know, the border is good to be closed. It's not only about Abdul. Anyone should not get into their country. You know, only stupid people, they allow people just to jump in their country. People who they are in away for crimes they did, they might be wanted in their country. They might be rapists, criminals, we never know. And then you open the, this is not about only Abdul. Even if someone he claimed to be Christian, unless, you know, he can prove that he is really a good person and he need asylum. So any country should close the borders. This is not only, but you know, Western are stupid. How are you doing, Mr. 123? Deep Seek, are you okay? Do you like to call me and tell me about the lizard, your prophet lizard? Why your prophet was full of lies? Deep Seek, why you? Even your name, you are taking Chinese. Isn't it the Chinese, they put the Muslims, they have 2 million Muslim prisoners, according to Muslims? You call yourself Deep Seek? Okay, seek, and deep. All right. Christ is false? Oh, okay. All right. Do we have any Mohammedan would like to join us? We are going to open recruitment for armies to join the army of General Lizard to fight Abraham. Police be upon him. It's time for us to unite and fight together. Lizard, the human, I mean, the army of Suleiman have lizard too. How lizard they want to burn Abraham? According to your stupid prophet, Suleiman, he have a ring, he control all the creatures. Just wear one ring. Huh? Birds, cockroaches, genie, you know. How your prophet, he knew all those stories? I mean, your prophet is so good, man. Who is that? This is the wife of, this is the transgender prophet Muhammad. Hold on. We don't want that. What about this one? We need to delete this thing here. Hold on. Afreet. Suleiman, he have Afreet. Have you ever heard of a good Afreet? Afreet of Suleiman, according to the Quran, is a thief, and his specialty is to steal chairs. Afreet, brother, Afreet. True story. Who is a Muslim want to join us and tell us about the true stories of a Prophet Muhammad? We have a clear evidence from Prophet Muhammad that he knows everything. You cannot fool Prophet Muhammad. He knows everything. He's scary. Oh, wait until you meet Allah. Even the description of his God is so hilarious. Any Muhammadan? Don't curse the lice because they wake up a prophet to pray. Don't curse the mosquito, it wake you up to pray, brother. Who is a Muhammadan would like to join us? Do we have any Muslim? Look like there is no Muslims. The only two Muslims we have, they don't answer a stupid question. So what we will talk about? All of Islam is stupid. Name for me one thing in Islam is not stupid. You know, in heaven there's white boys who they are see-through, and they according to Muslim they will serve you. You will not of them. But Muhammad, he called them ghulman, which means they are horny. Why we will have boys in heaven? They are so white like pearl, and they are 80,000 at least for each Muslim. Isn't it stupid to say that in heaven everybody, anything you wish, you will have it in 2 seconds, and then you will say you have servants, and those servants, what they will do? According to your prophet, if you see something flying in the sky, a bird, you wish to have it in your dish, is going to be in the dish, no need for servant, and your clothes will never get dirty, and you will never sweat, and you will never do poo-poo, and you will never get tired, and you will never sleep, and you will never need to be cooked. And so what the boys for? No laundry, no wrinkles, no dirt, no dust, river of wine, river of milk, river of water. You wish something is going to be in the front of you without a servant. So what the servant for? Obviously those are for sex. Even in heaven there is slaves. Even the women you will have are slaves, are made for sex. And he's talking about he will not answer a stupid question. So we have nothing to talk about then. Right? Yeah. Any Abdul would like to join us? Who is a Muhammad and Abdul would like to join us? Just to remind you, if you join us and you are a Muslim and you won the argument, we will give you 10 lice. In fact, the Muslims in Dubai, they are selling lice, I don't know how many, for like $10. Why? Because the Prophet Muhammad used to have lice. I'm not joking. You can search right now in Google. They sell lice in Dubai. You have to buy them. So if you are a person who live in Dubai, you can buy 2 lice, and you know, establish a farm in your head, right? And then in 2 weeks you will have 1,000 lice. Start making business, man. Make money. Yeah, because Prophet Muhammad, he have lies. So, you know, crazy religion. If anyone would like to buy lies, look, I just searched shop by category. What what we will buy? Lies in Dubai. Oh boy. In case you do not know where to find lies, I can help you. Like, not ice. What ice? I want lies, idiot. Oh boy. Lies, lies, not ice. Let us find it. And what the price? I want to know the price. Let us ask AI. All right. Let us see. I found it. The price, the price for lice in Dubai is 14 dirham. 14 dirham. It says this is not available no more. Give me a minute. All right, we found it. I found another one. Let us translate. Let us use the other browser. Hold on to translate. Let us share with you here.
Salons in Dubai sell lice to women, and the municipality warns.
The municipality warn because they cannot guarantee that those lice are from good family. What is the price for lice in the salon in Dubai? You go to the salon to cut your hair, they put some lice in it for you for free first time to try them. After that you become addicted. All right, and the price for each lice is 14 dirham. I don't know how much 14 dirham. How much 14 dirham, guys? How much 14 dirham? I'm not sure really. What is the price?
The price of one lower is 14 dirhams.
Just one lice. 14 dirham. Can somebody convert 14 Emirat dirham? $3.81 for one lice. What one lice would do? You have to buy at least 100. You know, this is gold. It's better than selling and buying oil. You know, this is really gold. If any of you would like, you know, to import lice to your country, I have a lot of my cousins. They are Arab. We have a lot of lice. All right. So if you are interested, we can help you. And remember, Prophet Muhammad, he told us that how important lice is. This is why we cannot, you know, we cannot curse lice, brother. We cannot. If we curse lice, we are in trouble. We have to be honest here. And this guy, he told me that we, you know, we kill every harming creature. Start with Muhammad.
The price of one lower is 14 dirhams.
Yeah, one lice. The translation is not accurate. And who is the customers? The women. Why? Because Muhammad, he have lice in his head.
Dubai salons sell lice to women.
That will make their hair better. No, seriously, if any one of you would like to have lice, I will help you. Just contact me. You know, you pay only for shipping and handling. The lice is for free. You pay only like $2,000. We can send you 100 lice from good family. We will send you even papers to know their grandmother and grandfather, because we don't do inbreed. We are sure, we have to be sure that they are coming from good lineage and they are from Ishmael. All right? Like Prophet Muhammad. We will not give you lies from like bad family or like they have. You will not find any of them. His mother, she did prostitution or something bad. Very nice, you know, heritage. All right? Don't laugh. You know, you want Allah to make you lice now? Do you want to be licey lice? So don't lice yourself. And Prophet Muhammad never lie. Don't curse the lice because they woke up a prophet to pray. Imagine you are a prophet and now you are going to miss the prayer to Allah. So do you see how the lice was very useful? We have to admit. Go ahead, Rina.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I said how are you first.
I'm okay. I said I'm okay. How are you?
But why are you okay? If I say how are you, you're copying me, I have copyright over it.
I'm sorry.
Guys, everybody trying to copy me. I don't know what to say. I am Prophet Muhammad.
Because you're the man.
I am
Because
Prophet
you're the
Muhammad.
man.
I am Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon me. Everybody trying to be
Peace be
prophet like
upon
me.
him. I'm joking.
All right.
I
So,
have a question. I have a
okay.
question.
I have the answer.
Yes, I'm sure you have the answer. What is your religion? Are you Orthodox Christian or Orthodox Catholic?
I will tell you about my. Let me give you my CV. I'm black, blonde, African American from Japan, but I don't have a religion. I believe in Christ as my savior.
Okay, because I'm the same way. And then I was told today by someone on TikTok that so I went on live and I told him I was like, like I consider myself as the daughter of Christ, like, and then I was like, you Muslims, on the other hand, consider yourselves as slaves of your Allah.
Mm.
And then they said that something about Paul said that like us Christians are also slaves to Jesus. And I'm like, I've never heard that before. Like I've heard that we're his sheep and we're his sons and daughters, but I haven't heard that he said you're my slaves.
Well, you know,
So like,
the slavery in Christianity, slaves of God, is not exist. However, we can, a person who considers himself a person devout to God, he call himself servant, like Paul. But in Christianity, yeah. And when next time when somebody say to you something, tell him where it's teach us that we are slaves. In Christianity, because simply, to be a slave is something against your will.
yeah, I said the same thing.
To
I
be
was like,
to be
I would be so offended to call myself, because like my relationship with Christ is very personal. Like I cry to him and I love him so much. And like I told him, I was like, the things that I tell Jesus, it's like no one in this world even knows. Like it's just between me and him. So I consider him as my father and like him as like the son of God. And like it's between me and him. So our relationship is very personal. And I would feel like it's weird for me to be like, I'm his slave. Like I'm his daughter, I'm his sheep, yes.
yeah.
I'm his servant, yes, but like to be his slave, that's so weird. But they were saying, they were like, no, it's in the Bible that, you're also his slave.
No, the Bible speak about us being slaves to our sin, Like when you are sin, you became a slave to your sin. But when we are believers, we are children of God, the Almighty God, and this is why the Bible mentioned that we are it says the Christian and the Jews, they say that they are children of Allah. Say then, why Allah He punish you for your sin? So the stupid Muhammad, he don't understand what the children of God mean. He think we are claiming to be, literally, physically children of God, like he married our mother, and we are all of us from his lineage. So slavery in Christianity, it have two form. Either you are decide to be slave to addiction, like something bad you do, or because like a person who worship money, he's a slave to his money. A person who worships sex, he's a slave to his sex. A person who worship himself, he is a slave of himself. A person who worship God, he's a child of God in Christianity. He's not a slave.
Right. I said the same thing, but they were just like debating with me. They were like a servant and slave is the
Well,
same thing.
tell
But I'm
them,
like,
no,
that
tell
doesn't
them,
make sense.
tell
It's
them
not the same
where
thing.
we can find what you are saying. Because if this is true, then why Jesus, when they ask him how to pray, he said, pray like this: Our Father art of heaven. There's no way a slave will call God his father. He will not dare, There's a huge difference
Yeah.
between being a slave and being a child of a king, the King of Kings, not only king. So you cannot call yourself a son of God or child of God, and you are a slave. A slave have no father. He's nobody. He have no heritage. He have nothing to be proud about. He have nothing to do to claim. He's a slave. In Christianity, no. In Christianity, we will join our Father in heaven to rejoice with him, not to be his slaves. God do not need slaves. The God who
Yeah.
needs slaves is not God. Is mentally ill.
No, I know. I don't feel like I'm a slave of God. Like literally, I feel like again, like my relationship with Jesus is like very like I kid you not, like I tell him even about my dreams. Like I wake up and like I tell him everything about myself, about my day. Like I go on, like I know some people might like seem like I'm like weird like that, but I literally before I go to sleep, like I tell him about my day, even though I know he's present in my life and he knows everything. I just, I vent to him and like thinking that I'm his slave, it's like really weird. But anyways, I have another question. So I, we we were talking about worshiping things, and then I kind of got annoyed that they just kept pressing me about me being like God's slave in general. So I kind of like we jumped the topic and we went on the black stone in Mecca, and I'm like, you guys worship that stone because it will vouch for you on the day of judgment, and they were saying no. So I was like, sit, and then they turned it around and they said like. Are you Orthodox Christian? And I said, yeah. And they were like, but you worship the cross, you worship, idols. And then I'm like, no, I don't. And then they were like, well, do you kiss the cross? And I'm like, yeah, I kissed the cross, but it's to me, it just resembles Jesus. But they just kept on going. They were like, how are you going to like say we worship the black stone when you yourself worship the idols? Like, do you have any advice about that?
First of
Like,
all, what people do have nothing to do with the Bible. So, did the Bible says to you kiss a cross?
no,
But he's a prophet. He kissed the stone, right?
yes.
So if I
And I
do,
said the same thing to him. Yeah.
if I do something,
Mhm.
this is my doing, and I explain to you why. But you're a prophet kissing a stone, why? And here's prophet. He said the stone is going. Whoever touch it in the Yemeni corner, it's going to erase your sin. So we cannot compare between a person who is doing his own thing. Did Jesus says, make pictures of me or make statues of
No,
me? Never.
no, no,
Did
no.
Mary, she said that? Did anyone? In fact, the Bible says, make no images for what is up in heaven or down in earth. All right? So,
Yes.
what a human being does have nothing to do with what Jesus is about. I can be a drug dealer, but doesn't mean that Jesus is a drug dealer. I can be a
Right.
Christian who claim to be Christian and go and start praising the black stone of Muhammad itself, but doesn't make me Christian. What make me Christian is following Jesus. Anything I do is not what Jesus said to me. This is my own doing. So
Right.
when they try to defend that, and the Muslim themselves, they believe that whoever touched the stone, like, do you believe that somebody taught you if you kiss a cross, your sin is gone?
Yeah, no, I told him that. I said it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense because you believe that if you kiss that stone, it will vouch for you on the day of judgment. And when the day of judgment comes, it will have eyes and a tongue, and it will vouch for you. It will say, "This person kissed me, so therefore you're saved." And I was like, and he said that, "Oh, we don't have to do that if we don't want to." And I was like. First of all, your prophet said that if you're unable to touch it, then you can just do like a hand gesture, and that the stone was still vouch for you, and that stone was taken over by like from pagans by Muhammad. So I was like, how can you like sit there and tell me that you're not worshiping the stone, even if you say it has nothing to do with me, your intentions for kissing it and like rubbing oil on it, it's literally your intentions are for that stone to save you on judgment day. So therefore you're worshiping. And they were just like, no, like you kissed the cross and you're Christian, so you believe in the cross and you have all these idols and all these images in your church. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say because I know like I don't worship those idols and those images. I only worship Christ.
Yeah, you
And I
see,
kept telling them like,
first of all, the person who said that to you, he's a liar. He said that we don't have to. No, they have to, because every Muslim have an obligation to follow the footsteps of Muhammad. It's called Sunnah. So if he refused to kiss the black stone, that means he refused to follow the steps of Muhammad. And the Quran command them, obey, whoever obey the Prophet, he obey Allah. So he's lying. Secondly, even like when they speak about the images in churches, this is not from Jesus taught. If we talk about Christianity, Christianity is not what a priest does, and not necessarily what some churches does. Christianity is what Jesus say. So the correct answer for this, Jesus never said make images. Jesus never said make statues, and no Christian worship images or statues. And again, this is their own doing. This is not God command. Nowhere God says make images, pray in front of them, and kiss them, or any of that. People, they do things. So the Muslim, they are being hypocrite. They have to touch the stone. The stone, even in the day of judgment, is going to have tongue and mouth, and is going to witness for Muslims. The Quran itself is an idol. Is going to come as a man. The Muslim, they kiss the Quran, and they consider it holy. So the holy Quran, according to them, according to Muhammad, is going to come as a pale man, which means like a dead man, and is going to witness for Muslims too. So Muslims believe in holy stones, and they pray for them, and they believe in forgiving sin by touching stone. No Christian believe, or he can believe, that touching stone will erase his sin. Only God, only, and nobody else can erase his sin. Secondly, what kind of religion is it if we touch a stone, our sin is forgiven? I will keep sinning every day. All what I need to do is touch it for 2 seconds, and I am good to go. This is encouraging people to commit sin. In Christianity, you pray in front of picture, you pray, even if you pray to Jesus day and night, and you keep going and doing sin, you are not following Jesus. Sin is something, and Jesus is something else. They are the opposite. Either you are with or against. So for them, their religion is based on rituals. They go around the Kaaba, they touch the stone, they do the 5 prayer, they are good to go. For us, you can pray to Jesus from now until the coming century. If you are not following him, you don't belong to him. And we have the where Jesus says, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, which means God, God, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So the Muslim who is trying to argue with you, he is a big hypocrite liar, and he is not sharing the truth about his religion.
no, I know. Trust me, I know how they all are. Because a little backstory, I'm literally an ex-Muslim, and I'm ashamed to even say it, but like
No, don't be
Jesus
ashamed.
saved me.
No, don't be ashamed.
No, I
Don't be
I
ashamed.
am
No,
ashamed.
no,
Trust
I'm
me.
not saying, no, I'm not saying not it's not shameful to be a Muslim. I am saying that you're yesterday, you did not choose it. You are born of a Muslim family. So this is not, it wasn't your shame. Your shame is when you decide to stay in it. That will be your
Yeah.
shame. When you know
So
that
we
this is
had an
wrong.
argument too about because they because I'm not really familiar that much about the Bible. I'm reading the Gospels now, but it's like I am like I've literally watched a lot of Bible documentaries, and I've literally binged watched all of Jesus movies. So I'm like a little familiar on like, you know, what he said and what he did. And then we had an argument about, they said Jesus went to the desert for 40 days and he spoke to the devil, and the devil took him up on the highest mountain. And I'm like, okay, but that's different. How? So the devil tried to intimidate Jesus so Jesus can worship the devil. I said that's different from your prophet getting the revelation from this being that never even introduced himself, who he was or what he was, and that being squeezed him 3 times and he went home crying to his wife. I'm like, and then later on, his wife's uncle said that it was Gabriel. I'm like, explain that to me. Like, show me where in the Quran it says that that was Gabriel. And then I kept asking them to show me, and they were like, we can't show you because it's not in the Quran. I'm like, exactly. So you're belittling my Jesus for your stupid prophet that was that worshiped the devil. Like, he was literally a devil worshiper. And
No,
then they just went on. Oh my God, I had like 3 grown men start yelling
yeah,
at me.
they are trying to convince you. Look what happened. In fact, the story about Jesus and Satan is proving that Jesus is God, because what Satan he said to Jesus, if you are the Son of God, right?
Yeah.
So you should say to them right away, okay, you just quote something, prove who is Jesus, because Satan, he did not ask him to do something normal. He asked him to do something abnormal. What is that? Throw yourself and the angel will carry you. If you are, you are a son of God. So what Jesus said to him, it says, it's written, not to tempt, don't try your God, your Lord. So the same verses confess that Jesus is God and he is a son of God. And those who they are asking about Jesus didn't ask themselves how a human being can fast without food, not like Ramadan, fast without food, without water for 40 days. 40 days, no food, no water. Jesus was not fasting Ramadan. He sleep all day, and he he eat at night, and then he
It's
wake
not
up in the
even that.
morning.
I told him, I was like, at least my Jesus, my Lord, my Savior was never possessed by any demons. Meanwhile, your prophet, it's even written in the hadiths where he was possessed by devils, and he also snorted like a camel. And when he would do his night prayers, he would snort like a camel. And he was literally a perv. I'm like, do you actually like? And it's crazy because CP, like, he literally admitted to me. He was like, I'm fine with it. I said, are you fine with you going and marrying a 5-year-old and trying to penetrate her? And if you can, you have to wait till she's 9. I was like, are you okay with that? He was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. And I don't know, like, I was just like, I was just baffled. I'm like, I can't, like, I can't, like, I just can't, and they were going back to like the 40 days where Jesus spent in in um in the desert. They were like, yeah, but the devil took him up in the mountain and this. I'm like, dude, like,
First,
it's
first
just
of all, first of all, devil cannot take Jesus anywhere. The story about Jesus in the fasting, it's about the devil is very powerful. We believe that the devil is a fallen angel. He's a very powerful creature. So the story in the Bible is not about Jesus being taken to the higher mountain. If there is any mountain can show you all the world, there is no such a mountain. Correct?
right.
There's no mountain like
Yeah.
that. There's no mountain like that. And what the Bible is talking about, that the devil is showing Jesus and he's talking to him. So the
Yeah.
devil, if now we can have a big screen and we can show the world about what can be there, can the devil show? So Jesus here in the state of fasting, Satan is coming. He think that Jesus now, because he's the flesh of a man, he is going to be weak. 40 days of fasting. He must be very weak. So he tried his best to tempt Jesus, but he failed. So the whole story about Satan speaking to Jesus, is he was he able to tempt Jesus, or it was a big failure for Satan? And even Jesus, when he is fasting and he is like staying without food, without any water for 40 days, still Jesus, being Jesus, who never commits sin. So when the Muslim they speak about issues, let us compare between Jesus fasting, Satan speaking to him, saying to him, if you are the Son of God, confirming that Satan, he did not come to him saying if you are a prophet, by saying to him, if you are the Son of God, do this. That means Jesus, he just again say, if the Muslim agree with the story, that means they agree that Jesus, he just announced, even with Satan, that he is the Son of God. Correct?
Yeah.
Because if Satan saying to Jesus, if you are the Son of God, that means Satan is saying, I know that you are the Son of God, but I want you to prove it to me. Jesus, he said to Satan, it says, don't try your Lord, don't threaten. You cannot try me. So he failed. He offered him, he failed. Muhammad, he failed in everything. Muhammad do not even need Satan to tempt him. The guy who go after a child, go to his own son wife, and then he make a verse saying, Allah, he says to me, why you hide what is in your heart for her? Is that Jesus? Jesus is holy. Doesn't matter if he's fasting, doesn't matter if he is now physically not eating, still the Spirit of God in the flesh of Jesus is so powerful, is so holy, and nothing can affect it. You know, we know the story when the demon, they saw Jesus. What they said to him, what do you want from us, Son of God? Right?
Yeah.
In the case of Muhammad, the demon jumping over his shoulders.
Yeah, no, I know, because, even so, me being an ex-Muslim, like my family and I, we never like prayed, or we never like I've never fasted, I've never prayed. We just called ourselves Muslims, and by watching your videos, and like I've done Google, like I've Googled things, and I've read a couple of like scriptures here and there, and I'm just like, no, like that religion is literally trash. And I literally converted my whole family. And before I did this, I converted myself first. I accepted Jesus into my life, and then I converted my kids. And yesterday, I had a long talk with my husband, and I literally sat down and I was like, listen, because he is a police officer, and I'm like, listen, your job is really hard. And I'm like, I want you to understand like how serious this is, and I need you to accept Jesus in your life and really mean it. Like, let him in your life, because God forbid if something happens to you, I want you to be saved. I want you to, know that Christ got you. My husband was never like, a practicing Muslim either. But, I showed him a couple of like hadiths and stuff, and his eyes were just like, what? He was like, oh my God, I didn't know this. And I'm like, yeah, like, look, like he married a 5-year-old, and he did this, and he was possessed by the devil, and he did this. And I'm like, you don't need that. Like, we don't need to even, like, it's shameful to even call ourselves that. And I was like, I don't want to raise my children in this religion. Like, there's no way. And he converted. Like, he literally sat down and we were holding hands, and he accepted Jesus into his life.
Wonderful. I'm so
Okay,
proud.
so
I'm so proud of you, sister. I'm so proud of you.
I was so nervous to do it too, because my husband's like very macho, and every time I brought up the conversation, he would kind of like brush it off. But before I even um converted him, I literally spoke to Jesus, and I literally told him, help me, just help me. I need you to save my husband as well. Like, you save my kids. My son's already reading the Bible. So I was like, help me, please. I need you to help me. I need my whole family to be saved. Even though like my whole Muslim family is like, what are you doing? Like, this is not right. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, you guys could do whatever you want. My family's saved with Christ. It's my family. It's my choice. It's my decision. And I'm happy. I'm literally the happiest person, because I know that deep down, like, you know, God got us. Like, I know Christ is with us, and and literally, CP, it's crazy. I know I'm rambling on, but
No, no,
when
no.
I
Well,
pray,
no.
when I used to
Yeah.
like say like, oh, Allah help me. it's empty. Like I felt empty, like no one was listening to me. Versus when I pray to Christ, every time I close my eyes, believe it or not, like I see white, like it's white. Like I feel like I get goosebumps. I feel his presence. Like I feel like he's listening, you know? And then sometimes I joke and I say like I know you're alive. I know you're listening. I know you're part of my life. You know, and I'm like, you know what I'm praying for? And literally, it's like the best feeling ever to know that, you know, like he's listening and he's around us and he's a part of us. But
Yeah,
you know, it's a
we,
huge
we
thank
are
you to you.
we are happy with your action, and I'm surprised that you were able to do that. We're very good. I believe strongly that the Lord is the one who help you in this mission with your family. Very good. So now you can have a beautiful family. You enjoy your life, and all of you worship one Savior, and all of you will be together in heaven. Look at this story. Do you see the story in the screen?
No, I don't see it. Where do I go to see it?
Oh, my screen is not showing. Hold on, let me show you.
But no, it's a huge thank you to you too, because you know, like a lot of things, like I've learned a lot of things from you. Like literally, thank you. I appreciate you so much, and I hope that, you know, Jesus and, you know, our Lord, our Father will grant you heaven and your family and will bless you with the most beautiful things in life. Because if it wasn't for you and watching your videos, like literally binge watching your videos and learning everything about Christianity versus Islam, I would still be stuck in that cult.
Yeah, well, I did little thing. The Lord is my helper. You see this hadith in front of you now?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this. Who in the world gonna believe such a story? He tied up a shaitan in the column, but before the Muslim arrive, he let him go. Why? Why, Muhammad? Why?
Oh my God. That's just, I don't know. Half of the things that I learned from there. Oh, I watched your video on the flying carpet. I was working, and the
Yeah,
whole time I was cracking up when you were like, what kind of prophet flies in a carpet? I'm like, oh my God, that is ridiculous. And then the talking ants. You're like the ants are mute and they can't even hear, and you're talking to ants over here.
yeah.
It was funny. It was funny, but no,
It,
I'm gonna let somebody else come up. But I just wanted to personally thank you and thank
no,
you for
don't worry.
answering my question.
There's nobody is coming. Yeah, well, we are happy, guys. Pray for our sister here and her family, her husband, her children's. What a beautiful family, and we are proud of you. Really proud of you.
I also have one more little question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I made an appointment to be baptized.
All right.
That's a good thing, right? That's what
No,
Christ
you have to.
wants.
You have to, because
Okay.
simply, you see, the baptism. Baptism is something the Messiah he command, and he himself he did.
Right.
He himself he did. The baptism can be like, let's say, like, it's not the way of salvation, your guarantee. If a person, let us say, well, he just accepted the Christ, and 5 minutes after he died, you know.
Right.
So, like the Lord and the cross, he said that the person who believe in him, that today you will be with me in heaven, even though he was not baptized, right? He's just believe in him.
Right.
But if you are able to baptize, why you will not? You will receive the blessing of the Lord, and your life will be a new life. So you better do it.
No, I am. No, I am. I made an appointment on Monday to go speak to the father of an Orthodox Christian church.
Uh-huh.
And I told him my story, and I was like, listen, I just need my family to be baptized. The sooner the better. And he was just like really shocked. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. We already accepted Jesus into our life. There's no going back. I'm never going back.
Yeah.
I'm not even second guessing it. There's no way. So yeah, okay. So the baptism is a good thing. All right.
Oh,
Thank you.
it's a must. It's a must. We do. It's a blessing for us from the Lord. In fact, I believe strongly when a person he received the Holy Spirit, you will receive a new things in your life. Additional to what the experience you have right now is going to be even way better with the Lord after baptism?
Yeah, I feel like right now, like my heart is like very happy. Like I'm very content. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm just, I'm happy. But I feel like when I get baptized, I feel like just my soul just kind of be renewed. Like I would feel so much closer with God, and I would just feel better.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
in a sense, like
No,
I
no.
would feel the Holy Spirit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I would feel him more, and everything would just be better,
It
you
wasn't.
know?
It wasn't done as a fake ritual. It was done
Yeah.
for a real thing. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a ritual you do like other religions. It is something very important in our life, and
Yeah.
we will be blessed by having the Holy Spirit within us. And again, it is like, when the Lord He says, speaking about us being born again.
Yeah.
Born again. Like when you go in the water, like when you were in the womb of your mother, you were swimming inside the liquid, the water. You know.
Yeah.
So you go again and you swim again, and the Holy Spirit will bless in you, and your voice will be heard for the Lord. And now you
Yeah.
accepted you, and by baptism you're announcing. It's like signing, as signing with your own finger, saying, "I am yours."
Yeah.
I am now in your water, in your blessing. Protect me, help me, be with me. So it's a very important step. I encourage you to do it as soon as you can.
No, yeah. Like I said, I have the appointment on Monday. So,
Wonderful.
um, and then I'm gonna schedule an appointment. I'm just very happy because, like I said, even my kids and my husband,
How many
we
kids?
all,
How many kids you have?
I have three beautiful
God
kids.
bless them.
Um, yeah, I have my middle child, he has
We lost your voice, Rina. We lost your voice. Maybe she have.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now. Go ahead. You said
Okay.
your middle child here.
So
What?
my middle child is diagnosed with autism, and a lot of people have told me that are Muslim, it's because there's like hadiths out there that say like you're paying for your sins. That's why God sends you like uh, a child that's with disabilities. And I
Stupid.
couldn't like I just couldn't, you know,
See
be
this.
in peace with that.
See,
Literally.
this is how evil they are. They think about their God in an evil way. Why God?
Yeah.
Why God wanna make a child, an innocent child, get a health issue because his parents, his mom, his dad did something wrong? That is very evil and very stupid. Uh, you see, this is why Islam is sick. Islam is really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will pray for your child, to be better, and never lose hope. The Lord, he is the best helper. All right.
No, I'm not. I like I said, I'm very happy. And even before, like I wasn't religious before, we just, we called ourselves Muslims, but we were never really like, we never really practiced Eid or anything like that. We just called ourselves Muslim. I used to walk around and kind of joke with my husband. We're like, yeah, we're fake Muslims because we don't even like, we don't go to mosques. We don't do any of that. But like having a God where you could pray to and kind of like having a God even for kids. And I told my husband yesterday, I said it's so important for our kids to have like a strong foundation, to know like where God is and who God is, and you know for them to pray to God. I mean, I was like, have you seen like what's happening in schools and what's happening with kids these days? And it's just it's better. It's better for us too. And yeah, no, it's just I'm better off. I'm very happy, I'm very content.
In Christ, there is many religion in this world, and many people they seek, let us say, high power, and everyone he have his own way to look for things, but all of those is based on fictions, based on superstition, as you mentioned. Even their God is based on fear. In Christianity, you will see how it is flipped upside down. even though we believe there is hell, but we love the Messiah. We don't fear the Messiah. The Messiah, he loves us. So our relationship with our Lord, that's why when we pray, we say our Father. We don't say we are slaves, you know.
Yeah.
When the Muslim, they say, Allah created you. The Quran says that. He did not create genie and the human except to be his slaves and to worship him. Why you want to do that? You know, that is an evil purpose. The evil purpose who have evil plan is an evil character. He cannot be God. This is a Satan. So either we have to accept that Allah is Satan and he is the creator and he created me just to be his slave, or I look and find out that there is the true God who is not going to have any benefit from me. Allah, he want to have a benefit, and the benefit is he need people to pray for him. He need people to beg him, you know. Like Muhammad, he says, if you don't commit sin, he swear by Allah. He said, if you don't commit sin, Allah will destroy you and bring people who they commit sin and replace you.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
That's very weird. And then why do they say peace be upon him? Like Muslims swear that he's in heaven. So why do you wish peace upon him? Like I don't walk around and say, Jesus, peace upon you, because I know that Jesus is in heaven, you know? So it's like, why are you wishing him peace be upon you? Like, isn't he supposed to like supposedly be in heaven? Or and they're like, no, he's in heaven. We just wish him peace. And I'm just like, well, that doesn't make any sense, you know? And it's like, are you worshiping Muhammad or are you worshiping Allah? Which one is it? You
Yeah.
know? But it's just one more thing I wanted to share with you. Ever since I've accepted Jesus into my life, and it's been like months since I accepted him, but I'm very excited that yesterday my husband finally accepted him, which is awesome. I haven't been scared. I don't know how to explain it. Like I used to get so scared in my house. And I used to like say like prayers, and my mom used to be like, you know, say this prayer and you know, everything will be okay. And I used to say the prayer and I used to be more scared. But now every time I go to sleep, before going to sleep, I pray to Christ. And you know, I just it's like peaceful in my house. It's like I feel so protected. I can't even explain to you like the feeling. Like I don't get up in the night. I don't wake up at night and like, you know, get scared. I used to get really scared at night, and I'm 31 and I know this sounds crazy, but still like now it's just like I'm not scared. Like I'm just very peaceful.
Rina, there is two reasons you aren't scared. First, now you are Christian, and the Lord, he comfort you. Secondly, I am not your neighbor. So, so for sure you will feel good. There is no reason to be scared.
I have ant neighbors and a lizard in my house.
you have the Lord is in your side, so don't worry. The Bible says, if the Lord is with me, who could be against me? Don't you see I'm fighting billion of Muslims, and I have no fear from nobody. I never worry, I never etc. You know, I like I don't walk in the street looking above my shoulder to see if somebody follow me, even though I know a lot of people hate me, but I have no fear. I never have fear. So the Lord will give you comfort, and even he says to us when he leave, he will send us the comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit soon you will receive it in your heart, in your family, in your house after baptism. So good for you, sister.
Yeah, no, I'm very content. I'm very happy, and you know, I'm just I'm very sad about one thing though, because I waited 31 years of my life to finally wake up, even though I was never a practicing Muslim, but it's like I I I kind of like say sorry to Jesus every night when I pray, and I'm just like, I'm sorry it took me this long. I'm sorry it took me this long, but I'm gonna make sure, and I literally promised him, and I literally told him, I'm going to make sure that my children will follow you. My children will literally bow down to you and will follow you and will love you. And my husband too. I just told him, you need to help me with my husband. And I literally prayed for him to change my husband's mind for like months. And then, yesterday it just happened. And he was like, I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And I accept that he's the Son of God. And I accept him into my life and I fully devote myself to Jesus. And I was like, good, good. And then I kept asking him, do you mean it? Do you mean it? Do you mean it? And he's like, yes, I mean it. I'm like, please, I need you to really mean it because I want you to be saved. I love you so much that I need you to be saved, and that's it. Case
Well,
closed.
I believe that your husband is lucky to have you, and I'm happy that you love him too. It would look like the Lord, he invited you both to be part of his kingdom, and very, very nice work. And I want to ask all people here to pray for her son who have a health problem. She said her
Yeah.
middle son. So all of us, we believe in the power of the prayer, and we believe the Lord, he can help. Now, nobody can pray to her to this child as his mother. So your prayer is going to be powerful. Pray to the Lord from your heart, and He will help him.
I know he will.
Yeah.
I know he will. I know he will. He's nonverbal, so he will say like 2, 3 words, but I've literally repeated myself. Can you say I love you, Jesus? I love you, Jesus. And he just says, I like you, Jesus. Jesus. And I'm
how,
like, okay, good.
how,
That's the
how,
start.
how cute.
That's the start. So, and
Yeah.
my older son,
We
he says, I love Jesus. Jesus is God. And my younger daughter, too. I
we
just,
pray that
like I said,
we pray to the Lord that He will open His mouth, and He bring him to you to be better and better,
amen.
and maybe one day the Lord, He will use him to be a preacher. He is powerful. He is all, our Lord is almighty. He is the miracle. He can do miracle. His life is miracle, and he can bless you with an amazing miracle. So
Amen.
always never say nothing will change. Things can change, and the Lord is watching, and He listen, and He do things for a reason. Sometimes even when we get sick, the Lord, He wants us to like even sickness can make us get close to the Lord. So sometimes even what we think it's bad in our life can be something positive in our land. In our life, people when they are healthy, they don't
Yes.
appreciate their health. They are greedy. They are so
Yeah.
proud, so arrogant. But as soon they get sick, then they notice how weak they are. They were worshiping themselves. So
Yeah.
The Lord, He have His own way, His amazing wisdom, and everything happened for a reason. So
I agree.
have a trust on Him.
I agree. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Um,
And say
I
hello.
really
Say
appreciate
hello to your
you.
husband,
I will.
and,
I
and tell
will.
him
And
and tell him if he don't get baptized, I'm going to go and arrest him.
no, he's definitely gonna get
All
baptized.
right, I'm
I
just
I
joking.
taught my older son. He literally, my older son reads the Bible. He's only 7, but
Yeah.
I also taught him to pray before eating, and then after eating to thank Jesus and thank our Lord. And I'm trying. I'm trying my best, and I know that, I'm very happy. I know that I'm saved, and I know that He's listening and He's with us and He loves us, and
Yeah, when you
I'm
pray to the
happy.
Lord, like before food, it's not about how many words you say. Have nothing to
Yeah.
do how long it is. Like for me, if I have a friend with me in the table, I say few words, but usually nobody hear me. I say thank you, Lord, and I start eating. I don't even make a long prayer. We are not hypocrite. The Lord, He says, don't repeat your prayer. Don't repeat it. Those who repeat their prayer, they are being hypocrite. Like, is God is going to listen to us if we say a few words? He will. It's not about how long it is. It's about how truthful it is, and how much is it close to your heart. So when you pray, forget about
Yeah.
Islam in the past. They keep saying too many things, but they mean nothing. They are being selfish. Just to pray to
Yeah.
the Lord, say thank you, Lord, for this blessed food. Bless my children, and enjoy your food, and enjoy your life.
That's literally, like, I can literally put my son on, like, listen, King, what does mommy tell you when you finish your food? What do you have to say? What do you have to say? Say it.
He's shy.
This is what I'm providing us. He said, "Thank you, God, for providing for us."
I mean,
Literally, it's
that's
just very
wonderful.
short, but it's very, and I always tell him, once you're done eating, you always have to say, "Thank you, Lord, for providing," because
Yeah,
it makes sure
but
that he knows,
and teach them what does that mean. We need, like we have
yeah, he knows.
appreciation. Appreciation is the key of happiness. A person who don't appreciate, he will never be happy. You know?
He knows, because I told him, I said, without the Lord, we wouldn't have a house, we wouldn't have money, we wouldn't have, food, we wouldn't have, clothes on our back. And then I tell him, like, other kids, they don't have the things that you have. So you always have to
Absolutely.
say, thank you, Lord, for providing. I try to make it short, like you said, for him, because he's only 7.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's a good start.
yeah.
It's a good start. It's a good foundation for him. And then,
You see,
hopefully when he
actually,
gets baptized.
one day you will get older, and you will find yourself still 7 years old, because inside us we are children too, and this is why
Yeah.
the Bible speaks to us as the children of God, because we will never grow old for Him. We will be always under His care, and He will look at us as His children. For me, I bought a plant, a flower, and we had
Yeah.
a very strong snowstorm, and it bring happiness to my heart when I see this plant. Even though the snow came, even everything like was ice, the ice is like 10 inch, but this plant amazingly as nothing happened. So
Wow.
it make me like appreciate. I mean, even a plant will make you believe in God, will bring happiness to your life. The important is how clear your heart, how much hate you have in your heart. If you have no hatred, you will enjoy life. If you are a person who live hatred, you will not even love anything around you. You will not know what love means. With Christ, we love everything around us. We are not
Yeah.
people of hatred, and we enjoy life because we appreciate it. So the same we appreciate a little plant, and we enjoy seeing it every day growing, the same you will enjoy your little children growing around you by the blessing of the Lord. He will help them, He will
Amen.
support them, and your life will be better and better. And always, sister,
Amen.
you are welcome to come here and join us.
Oh, thank you. No, I literally watch all your videos. So,
All right. All right. Thank you,
but
sister.
thank you again. Thank you so much for everything. You have taught me so much, and I really appreciate you. And I'm gonna get off now because people are raising their hands to talk.
All right.
But God bless you all, and thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Very, very happy story we heard from our sister here. I'm so proud of her. For me, by the way, I forget names. So when she came to the stage, I don't know. I don't remember really. I thought she is a Muslim maybe in the beginning, when they debate me. For me, I don't forget people, no, but because it's internet, names, everybody make any name. So how you remember, unless it's a person you speak to him all the time or to her. If you meet people in person, for sure you will not forget them. But when you have nothing, no connection with the people you speak to, except name in the internet and a voice, you know. Sometimes you can remember a person from his voice because his voice is unique. Either so ugly, or like me, or so good, like Zakir Naik. Good Prince. Finally, you admitted that my voice is very good. All right. So, because we don't see people, and we don't open camera here, and we don't know we are talking to who, so there is not too much connection with the names, but for sure there's a connection with the person as soon as we recognize we are talking to who. All right? Yeah. Do we have any Abdul would like to join us? Anyone? Any Muslim want to bring Rina back to Islam? She left Islam, and her husband left Islam, and her children left Islam. It's your duty, Abdul, to come to the mic and tell her about the heaven of Allah. Who want to tell us about the heaven of Allah? I heard that we will eat banana there. I cannot wait for the banana. Brother, this banana is not like the one in Walmart. This is a big banana. A God who promised banana in heaven. What's wrong with this God? What about coconut? Do you have passion fruit? Huh? No fig? I mean, why he mentioned banana? Why God cannot protect Middle Eastern Christians, but Hinduism and majority in India, Christianity lost? Abdul, first of all, don't you know that the most powerful nation in the world is a Christian nation? So you are stupid again. If about protection, here we go. The Lord, He blessed us that the most powerful nation in the world is America. Who are you? Should I tell you who is the one who protects Saudi Arabia? Shall I tell you that Modi, he kissed the ass of Trump to have business in India? India is not even a country, is it? You know, your Indian Hindu make a law. Anyone who insult Muhammad, he go to jail. You are a potato. You are a potato, literally a potato. India is not a country and will never be a country because you have hundreds of religions, hundreds of ethnic groups, and everybody hate everybody. How you can have a country in such a place? And then when a wise person of you speak wisdom, he tell you that our God is a rat. When the last time you went to that rat temple, did you receive the blessing of the rats? I have some cheese. India is very weak, and this is why India is gone, because India should be Pakistan and Bangladesh. This is India and India today. So look what happened. Because you are so weak, a bunch of white people, they came to your land, they control you for a century. All your nation work for them, either in their army or their servants. They occupy you, they use you, and then you claim that you are strong. In the same time, those white people who came to you, who come in for their greed, not for the sake of God, they even fix your life. You used to burn women alive. You are the same as Muhammad. Idiots. Burning a woman just because the husband died, that is the most evil thing ever I can imagine. How he can burn a woman, she commit no sin, she did nothing. Her husband passed away. How filthy, how evil. I have no country in my own. All the Christian countries are my own country. All the Christian countries. Look at you. You are talking about your great India, but you are kissing the ass of the Jews to give you jobs in Israel, in the small, tiny Israel. How you can be proud about being from India? A country does not give you ability to make living with respect is not a country. And this goes for any country in the world. Go ahead, Kawil. Whale.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Are you doing fine?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What do you think about this hadith in the front of us?
No, I don't want to debate in anything, but a question. And I asked before about it, some Christian, but they didn't give me
Why you don't
good,
want to?
good answer.
Why you are not interested in your religion, but you are interested in Christians and answer of Christians? Don't you think this is hypocrisy?
No, I want to know, I want the knowledge. So
But do you still believe Muhammad is a prophet?
According to the Quran, I believe that.
No, it's not according to the Quran. According to you, do you believe Muhammad is prophet?
According to me, I'm not I'm
Okay,
not saying
can you give me a prophecy he gave?
in the Quran.
Any prophecy he said it become true. Because to make you
Um,
prophet, you have to prophesy, correct?
there is some prophecy.
Okay, give me one came true.
Like the alamat sa, if you know what I mean in Arabic.
What?
Alamat sa. My English is not that good.
Yeah, your English not good.
Yeah.
Is your Arabic
Alamat.
is your Arabic better?
Yeah.
Okay.
But my question is not like I'm not trying to debate and saying anything. I'm asking about the Christianity, like how is Christian that believe that God, like with God and the fathers and the Son and the Holy Spirit. So you have
How you Muslims believe that your God Allah, he cannot establish his religion unless he have
CP,
Jibreel and he have Muhammad.
CP. I'm not trying to debate, and I'm saying I'm
I
asking
know
question.
I'm not debating you. I'm just having a
Mm,
conversation with you. So when you say how, either you believe that God, the word how doesn't work with him because he is almighty, or you don't believe
mm,
he's almighty. If he's not almighty, then we can ask how, like how he can fly. I cannot because I don't have wings. I have to use airplane. So
mm.
the word how is connected to logic, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
So either you believe that God is above logic, or you believe that God is under logic. So all logic will work with God. But is it logical that Jesus he put some mud on the eye of somebody and make him see? Is that logical?
If you see like if you see in logic or not logic, so the whole religions is not logic. Like even Christianity, even Islam, even they
Okay,
can
no, no.
just
What I'm
come up
saying to
with
you, either you go by logic and you question using logic, or you say, well, logic doesn't go when we speak about God.
no,
At the same time, we can use logic, no problem. In a things which is have to be logical, like when Muhammad he say certain things, and they are not logical, they are stupid, they are against even what he saying. Like how you say that you have to do good deeds, and then you say, I believe in the destiny, predestiny. It doesn't work, both of them. Either you are prejudged or judge after. But to be judged for your good deed, yet you are prejudged for deed you are forced to do, that's stupid. So if I predestine for you to be a Christian, and then I will punish you for being Christian, but I am the one who predestined for you to be Christian. That is stupid logic, because here there's a contradiction of what you are saying, not a contradiction of the ability. No, ability, if we believe in God, well, God can do things nobody can do. So when Jesus he make the dead person come from the grave. He's dead for 3 days. Okay, how I can believe in that? The only way that this is God, miracle. But logic, no. There's no doctor in the world. It doesn't matter how many machines he have, he can bring you back to death. The second you die, your flesh will start decay, and the damage cannot be fixed, especially your brain. So, in order to recreate to resurrect a person, I have to admit that there's a recreation. So when Jesus do that, the only logic I can understand that he was able to create a new flesh for the person who's dead, even though he looked the same. But when you're God, he says something, and that the same thing oppose the other thing. Like if we go to the Quran, which one Allah created first? The stars or the mountains? One verse says the stars, one verse says the mountains. It cannot be both. It can't be both. This is not about logic now. If ability, I mean, I never heard of God. He don't remember which one he created first.
Okay, okay, CP. I want to make it clear for you. So
Hmm.
let's say I'm atheist. Okay, I'm not believing in God, and you want to explain God for me. So if I want to a Muslim and I ask it, I ask him who's your God, he can say my God, like he gonna explain the Tawheed for me. And if I asked you as a Christian, who's your God? Like you gonna explain to me who's your God? Like
Okay.
Jesus, I don't know
All
what
right.
you're gonna say.
Can you explain Tawheed for me? You cannot, because Tawheed mean many gods. You cannot believe in one God and you use the word Tawheed. This is how stupid the Muslims are. You claim you speak Arabic. Tawheed does not mean one God. Tawheed mean unification. So you Muslim, you claim that you believe in one God, but you believe in unification of gods. How that work is stupid. Explaining how God can be three and one. Do you want me to explain to you by using physical things? Or we are talking about a spiritual things. So if it's a physical things, then it's easy to explain. I can say the sun, the light, the heat. The sun is the star in heaven, in the sky. The heat is something we don't feel. I mean, we don't see, we feel. The light is something we see. But the heat and the light and the sun is one. The sun without the heat is not a sun. The sun without the light is not a sun. We will not even see it. Will be a dark spot in the sky. We can't see it. So we recognize the sun by three things:
But
the light, the heat, and what we see in the sky. If one of them is missing, the rest are not to be recognized. Doesn't mean they are not exist. But so God in Christianity is a spirit. Spirit mean invisible. You cannot see God. The invisible God become invisible. So God, he took a flesh. The flesh come to us in a man. The flesh still have a spirit. So there is spirit of God within us. He leave us with us. And there is the Son of God who came to us as a man. God, nobody can see. So God, he humbled himself. He come to us as a man. So now we go back to the sun, even though I'm not saying the sun present my God. No, I'm just to make it easier for you to understand. So the sun in the sky, well, the Father is in the sky. The Son of God, he come to earth. That is the light. So we can recognize the Father, and we can recognize the light of the Father. And then the Son, when he came, he brought with him the Spirit of God. So the Son and the Father and the Holy Spirit is one God, because it is the same. It's the same in holiness. It's the same as what it is about. It's the same as wisdom. It's the same as an agreement. Like the Son is in total agreement with the Father. Why? Because he's the Son. So the Son is born of the Father, and the Son who is born of the Father, what he have? He have the qualification of the Father. He is holy. He is no sinner, no sin. He's powerful. He's a miracle. He's able. He's merciful. He's loving. So the Son and the Father is the same. The disciple says to Jesus, why you don't show us the Father? And that's it. He says, I am with you all this time, and you do not know me. Whoever saw me saw the Father. I and the Father are one. So Jesus simply is the visible image of the invisible God. So when Jesus called himself the Son of God, he is telling you where he is born from, who is he, his identity. Let us say the DNA. I have DNA, you have DNA. Who is the father of Jesus? In the Quran, Jesus have no father. Doesn't make sense. Why he doesn't have a father? In Christianity, he have no father for a very simple reason, for he is the Son of God. So Muhammad is told the story, he put it in his Quran, and now Mary is a virgin, but he cannot tell us why Mary have to be virgin. My mother, she can claim to be virgin. Your mother can claim to be virgin when she gave birth to you. This is a miracle nobody can see. Nobody can witness. Nobody can even believe in it unless you're a believer, which means you believe in the power of God. So there's a miracle done by God to show you his ability, and there's a miracle done by God for a reason. Nobody can see. When Jesus is born of the Virgin Mary, that is a miracle no one can see. No one can say, well, I saw that Mary, she was virgin. Nobody can see. Nobody can witness for that. The only reason for Mary to be virgin, that she is going to give birth to the Son of God, not the son of a man. This is why she is a virgin. The rest of mankind, all of them, they are not virgins. Your mother, my mother are not virgins. So in Christianity, Mary the Virgin have a very strong reason. In Islam, Mary the Virgin is just a fiction. Why? Because Muhammad is making his own story about a woman. She want to give a child, and she devout, and then she called her Mary, and then suddenly her father, his name is Amran, which is the father of Moses, and she is the sister of Aaron. So your prophet is a thief. And if you want to question why God, he is a 3 and 1, well, I can say why God is even exist. Why I need to be created? Why I need even to listen to him? One question will lead to another one. For us, we believe in the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit for many reasons. Number one, the Messiah, he came to us and he proved to us that he is Son of God. He is not a person. Talk is cheap. I can claim to be Son of God. You can claim. He have ability of God only to do. He have the ethic of God, because I can be a man, but I cannot be God. I am a sinner. If I see a beautiful woman, my eyes will start flickering. If I see food, my saliva will start running. If I see somebody driving a nice car, I will say, I want to have one like this. Jesus never owned a donkey. Jesus, who can resurrect people from death, he never asked for wages. Jesus, with all the miracle he did, he never owned a house or a palace. He never have servants. He washed the feet of his disciples. So the Messiah, with all the power he have, he was the best example of God on earth. So this is additional proof of Jesus who he is. He is God on earth, for he was perfect on earth, the same as our Father perfect in heaven. And then the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, whoever believe in Jesus, he will be guided by the Holy Spirit. And a human being who is a Christian, he don't justify his sin, he feel guilty when he do sin. The second you are a Muslim, you justify sin. Your God, he told you, according to Muhammad, that it's a predestiny to fornicate. And now you are, what is the purpose of a predestiny? It's just to justify your evil. In Christianity, you cannot. Because if I believe in a predestiny in the way Muslim they believe in it, that means I just justified my evil. Anything I happen to me, anything I do to others, anything people do to me, I say it's a predestiny. And that is nothing but very evil satanic teaching. It's just to make you think that you are, you know, like a tool. This God is used you for a game. It's like a software game. Somebody holding the control. You are a person in that game, and he is a person in that game. Allah, he make that person fight you by the sword. He cut your head because Allah, he decide in the predestiny that you will die. And then Allah decide that the one who hold the sword is a Muslim, and the one who died by the sword is a Christian. But he decide that he will be a Christian, and he decide to the other one he will be a Muslim. So Allah, he made the Muslim kill the Christian, and then Allah, he played the dirty game. He said to the Muslim, not guarantee you go to heaven because it's a predestiny. So I can show you a reference from your prophet saying that a Muslim, he pray all his life, and there's only one arm between him and heaven, and then what Allah wrote for him will take over. So what religion we are talking about? So if you want to talk about logic, your God is not only stupid, your God is anti-logic. Predestiny is anti-logic, anti-justice, anti-nature of God. The only predestiny for us as a Christian, we believe that since Adam, he did sin, it's not God who chose for him to go to hell. God told him, don't do it, don't do this. Adam, he chose to do it. So the destiny is, in Christianity, the wage of sin is death. But this is not destiny. This is destiny we choose. The wage of sin is death. You sin, you die. Which means what? You will be out of mercy of God. So the wage of sin is death. However, God, because he loved the world, he sent his only begotten son to save you from the wages which is death, which means being out of the mercy of God. So God here is again logical, because God taught us that he is love. And because he is love, even though we commit sin, we disobey him, Sometimes even we curse God. Sometimes we say bad word to God. Still, He is loving God, and He is willing to take us in His arms and forgive us. In Islam, no. Forgiveness is a joke because simply it's a predestiny. Sin is a joke because simply it's a predestiny. Judgment is a joke because it's a predestiny. So everything you believe in is a joke.
So you said about like Jesus, he came to save us, and so if, let's say, if someone, he did the bad things to like killing or stolen from somebody else, and like after that he like he went back to, like he back to God, like to Jesus, what he gonna receive from God when the day of judgment, like it's gonna, like he's gonna save it or not?
You know, the importance of repentance is not just to repent, is to mean it. So if I was a bad person, and let us say I said to myself, okay, you know what, maybe this Jesus is true, and maybe this God is true, but I don't know, I'm not sure really. But you know, for security reason, I'm going to say I believe in Jesus, and I will claim that I repent, and now I will go to heaven in case I die. Well, that doesn't work. So God can forgive you if you deserve forgiveness, not because you said forgive me. All right? Like a Muslim, he made fun of the cross all the time. Jesus died on the cross, he make fun of it. He spent his life making fun of the cross. What the Bible says to us about this: for the word of the cross, foolishness to those who are perishing, but who are saved, being saved, it is the power of God. So a person who repent, the first thing he repent from is making fun of God and believing from his heart, otherwise he will be perish. And it is going to be you making fun of God by saying to him, I repent, if you don't mean it, which means you are a fool. You thought you are a wise man. Now you said to yourself, I'm going to say I repent, now I will go to heaven, I'm going to fool God, but in my heart nothing changed. You cannot fool God. You cannot lie to him. In Islam, all of this is a joke, because you go touch the black stone, your sin is erased. You do rituals around, you walk around the Kaaba, you became the same as a baby without sin. It's just a joke. So,
But you know that, like in Islam, that like they believe that, we believe that if you did something bad to other people, you need to ask forgiveness
no, you see, this is again
from them.
stupidity. No, my friend, this is stupidity, because how it is a predestiny. Hold on, how it's a predestiny and you to ask for forgiveness? It's a predestiny. So you did not do anything. It's a predestiny. If I did something because God made me do it, how in the world I need to ask for forgiveness? He need to ask for forgiveness. God himself, he forced me to do it. You know, look what you just said to me. You remind me of a verse in the Bible, you know, about foolishness. In 1 Corinthians says, but God has chosen the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. So now you claim to be wise, but you speak foolishness to be shamed with it. How you say to me, if I do harm to somebody, I need to ask God for forgiveness, but then you say, believe that before you are born, God, your God, not mine, wrote for you that you have to kill this person. What's your guilt? How you want to ask God for forgiveness because you did fornication if your God predestined for you to fornicate?
Even I was honest with it, like if I did something
My friend,
bad.
there's no honesty here. I'm talking about you as a Muslim. If you are predestined, then seeking forgiveness is a stupid idea, because whatever destiny is written for you, you believe is going to happen, including going to heaven or to hell. So you pray, you don't pray, you worship, you don't worship, you ask forgiveness, you don't ask for forgiveness. It's whatever destiny you will go is going to happen. None of your business. You are just a toy. In my Bible is the opposite.
So, like, you have the right to choose what you're gonna do. Like,
Anything you
even
do is your choice, not all the right. Anything you do is your choice. And when you do it, you will be, you know, reliable for what you do. If I kill somebody, I'm a killer now. It's not God who made me kill the guy. In Islam, it's
even
opposite. If I rape a woman, I have to pay for my crime. It's not God who made me rape her. That's false. If I steal money, it's not God make me a thief. He did not.
no,
In your religion is the opposite.
I'm saying if I was a Christian and I did something bad and I went back to God, I want to ask for forgiveness from God. So, uh, let's say I'm honest with my apologize. So God is gonna accept it, or what I should do to.
Again, it's based in your decency. If you mean it, if you mean it, or
Let's say I mean it.
or you just say it. No, if you mean it, you have to not to do it again. You have to stop following it. So if you mean it, the Lord, how the Lord, He told us to know who is truthful, who is not. He said that from their fruit you shall know them. So if I was a drug dealer and I repent, and then my fruit still maybe I change my business now. Maybe I open charity business. All right, I'm not a drug dealer, but still I'm a thief. So now I say I repent from being drug dealer. Oh Lord, forgive me. I will never sell drugs no more. And then I open a pimp house. Nothing changed. So you have to change your life. Not only one bad sin you did, you don't do it again. All of you have to change in order to be receiving forgiveness, right? So you know, change in life is a proof that you choose to be with God. Keeping your life the same way it used to be, that means you choose to be with your sin. You can't be with both. Either you are with or against. You can't be clean and dirty in the same time. So you decide to join God and say, I want to repent, I want to be in your house, I want to be clean. Then you have to be clean. That's it. So God forgive you only if you deserve it. God will not if you don't.
Okay, so how about the other person? How about the people that I accuse bad thing to them? So they gonna forgive me
I
too,
will.
or
You know, the first thing you see, the beautiful thing in Christianity, that when we pray to the Father, we say, "Forgive to us the same we forgive to others." So the person who don't want to forgive to others, he don't deserve forgiveness. So it's a due duty. Let us say, two sides of a duty. The one who is a victim, he himself is a sinner too, even though he's a victim today. But he himself is a sinner. So the victim himself should forgive, and the one who commit the bad should ask for forgiveness. Because the victim himself needs forgiveness, even though he's a victim, for he commits sin against somebody else. But in the case with you, he was your victim. But in his case, maybe somebody else was his victim. So before we pray, we say, Our Father, forgive us. You know, the same as we forgive to others. So now we deserve forgiveness. And now the Lord, He will be justice with you. I can't explain to you what the Lord will do with you about the sin you have done. You know, I believe God is justice. He will do justice, and you will get what you deserve. This is all what I can say to you. I cannot be the judge in His place. I cannot tell you what exactly how he will consider you repent. But I believe strongly that God forgiveness is so powerful, and He can read your heart. So if your heart deserves to be forgiven, you will be forgiven. So if I repent and I say, okay, God, I repent, but obviously my heart is not really in fire because of my sin. My heart is not really repenting. Like I'm not really feeling so sorry. I'm not feeling so guilty. I'm not feeling. So I'm just saying I repent. But in reality, I just trying to get out of my sin by saying I repent. So God, let us say there's a thermostat. Each one of us, he have temperature. There's a healthy temperature, and there is a sick temperature, and there is a dangerous temperature. When you are repenting to God, you have a temperature too. So God, he knew how much you are warm in your heart in your repent, and how much fake you are. Are you just trying to be selfish to get away from your sin, so you are afraid to be punished, so you decide to say I repent, but it's not really coming from your burning sin inside you. You are sorry, you are so sad, you are so upset for what you have done, or you are just a person saying, okay, God, forgive me, I did this and this, I repent, thank you very much, and now I will go to heaven. So base who you are and what repent mean to you is going to mean to God. The more it is truthful, the more it is from your heart. A person who commits sin against a human being, he kneel, he pray, he cry for what he have done. Not a person just say, forgive me, God, for what I have done. It is a person who feel his guilt. He is suffering because of his guilt. Not just a person acknowledging his guilt. Because all of us, we knew how bad what we did. But we have to feel our guilt, and we have to condemn ourselves from all our heart. And we have to show, not a show time, but to show that we are truthful in what we say, in what we do. So your tears will wash you. Your heart, who feels sad for the person you did hurt, will, let us say, will be like your passport to God, to show him, look, my heart is a crumbling, my heart is in fire, my heart is killing me, I'm guilty, I'm bad, I did this. So you as a person, you proved yourself to God by decency, not by saying words. So the more you repent is warm and true, the more you have tears, the more you cry, the more you ask for forgiveness from the people who you hurt them too, not only from God, the more you are close to God. The more you are just worshiping God by tongue, saying words are empty, asking for repentance, but your heart doesn't care, then you will go to hell. So God will judge you by your fruit, and one of the fruits of you is your heart being decent and doing your best to fight what you have done, to correct what you have done, and to ask for forgiveness for what you have done, not just by word but by action. And you struggle against your sin. A person, he was a rapist, how God wanna forgive this person? He will go to hell, but he can repent. He was evil, he did evil, he might cry from his heart, beg the Lord for forgiveness, go down in his knee, go speak to the victim, say, I please forgive me, I was evil, I was etc. I will do whatever I can to, even though what he's done is so evil, it's hard to be forgiven. But God can see your heart, and God can make you welcome in his kingdom again. But you cannot fool God. You cannot fool him by acting. You cannot fool him by having tears, but they are just water. They have to be tears. Tears will tear you apart, will tear you with your pain, will tear you with your guilt, will make you a new person. This is why the Bible says you have to be born again. How we can be born again? By simply deleting, fighting, destroying every single evil within us, so we can reborn again. It's like when you put iron into the oven. The iron can become a steel. and the steel can become a stainless steel. But all of them, they are iron. But one can be damaged so easy. One can be so hard, and one, no rust can touch it. But all are iron. And this is the same for us as a human. You can be just an iron who's full of rust and covered by rust. And you stink. Whatever touch you, whoever touch you, his hand is touching sin. Or you can be an iron who is so hard, so tough, but still you can be able to be rusted too, and time will destroy you. Or you can be stainless steel, which you are iron and hard, and no rust can touch you. So you choose which one you want to be. You want to be the person who is rusty, or maybe a person who is so hard, if you think he's so strong, but time will destroy him and the rust will eat him again. Or somebody is a stainless steel, hard and strong by his faith. It's your decision.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Let us make it simple. You are the one who is responsible for reshaping yourself.
I appreciate CP. Thank you for your answer.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You're welcome. Good night. You know, in the Bible we have tons of stories about people they suffer from sin, and they cry out for the Lord, and you know, even they get punished by the Lord. We have tons of verses in the Bible about forgiveness, but the most important forgiveness is you able to forgive yourself. Can you forgive yourself? You will not be able to forgive yourself. You're always going to struggle with your evil deeds. A person who have decency, he cannot forgive himself. And this is why the Lord will forgive you. If you reach the point that you cannot forgive yourself, that means you feel so bad for what you have done. That means you did not just throw it behind you and you act as if you did nothing. You know, this is why Paul, he spoke about what he did to the Christians. Why Paul, he spoke about what he have done to the Christians? Is he proud about it? Is it an amazing job he have done? But because he cannot forgive himself. So how Paul he overcome what he have done? He gave his life and his service to save as many Christians he can, you know, he could, or as many people he could. So from somebody going after the Christians to someone, he cares so much for every Christian and every human being, and he gave his life for it. So you can be a disciple of Jesus and you cannot forgive yourself. Even Judas, when he did betray Jesus, he killed himself. What does that mean? He could not forgive himself. He felt so bad how ugly what he'd have done, but it's too late. Instead of trying to fix it, he was selfish. He killed himself. He just could not handle it. And instead of saying, I repent, I'm going to do my part, I'm going to tell people about Jesus, let me see how many I can convert and bring them to Jesus, he decided to kill himself. And killing yourself is a sin by itself against God. A true believer is not the one who ignores his sin, is the one who acknowledges it He feel it, he feel bad for it, and he try to fix it. And the Lord is watching you, and he is the most perfect judge you can imagine. He will be just with you. Anyway, you know, every one of us, he have his story of sin, and all of us, we struggle with it. But the more you struggle with your sin, and I say struggle doesn't mean like you live your sin every day. Struggle mean you feel bad about what you have done, and you try your best to fix it. So a person who used to scam people, how this person can even survive? How he can live? A person, he called a woman, she's old, and because she is old, she is naive, she don't know what is going on. He tell her, I am from the bank, give me your password. Somebody trying to get your account, we need to shut it down so fast. And the woman, she is old, she don't know what's going on. She trusted the guy, he's from the bank, she give him the password. He take all her money, he go to have vacation with a bunch of whores. How this person can overcome his sin? So when we say repent is like somebody living in hell. Somebody is really suffering. Not just somebody saying, forgive me, God, for what I have done. Someone really is burning inside him for what he have done. And that is what considered to be repent to God. Not just saying, I repent. All right? I hope I was able to explain to you what I am saying. I wish sometime my English is better to explain myself better, but what you can say. You know, we know the story of the person who was next to Christ in the cross, and the Messiah, he promised him heaven, right? And the man, he don't have a chance to prove himself, but for sure the Messiah, he can read his heart. So he promised him heaven. Otherwise, the guy did not even, you know, he just believed. He did not do anything yet, but he was being promised heaven because the Messiah, he felt that this person who is dying on the cross, he meant what he said from all his heart. All right. Look like we are out of Abdul, which mean, you see, this Abdul is trying to learn, and I think he is like, okay, he is saying he's a Muslim, but he is a question in his heart, and I hope and I pray that he will learn something good today from what he heard, and he will be able to compare between the funny Islam and you know, the wise Lord, because we cannot compare, you know. I mean, it's obvious that Islam is false, right? It's not like a secret. Believing that God, he made you commit fornication, that is a big insult to God anyway. And this is what Muhammad told them. Believing in predestiny, that we are predestined to commit certain garbage, then we are going to be judged for the garbage we predestined to do, is just a stupid idea, proving that this God is not even intelligent, and he have a very evil spirit inside him. I first imagine I say eating a human being is sin, And if you eat a human being, I will call you zombie, and I will punish you. I will send you to hell. And then I jail you in a room, and I don't allow any food to enter into you. So you are there, and there's a dead human being next to you, and then you eat it. Is that justice? That is not justice.
Hello?
Hello, Hedy.
Sorry, let me just quickly get my speaker right. Hello, CP, how are you? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, how are you doing?
Very good. How about you?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm good.
What do you want to say?
I hope you remember me. I just want your help on two topics about Islam. The first one is, how can we prove that nikah means intercourse and not marriage?
Okay, that's very easy. Muhammad, he said, when your wives have their menses, do everything except nikah.
Can you maybe show the hadith?
No problem.
How do I...
If nikah mean marriage, you don't marry your wife, right? She is your wife already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
like
see.
in
yeah, and
just like in chapter
and this is very
Surah Azhar.
and this is very authentic too. So
Yes. Like I was saying, it's in Surah Azhar, it says, lawful for you are your wives.
yeah, you can offer for you. She's his wife already. So here you see, this is Sahih Muslim. That here it is shorter, but this is the hadith in Sahih Muslim, hadith number 302. All right, and this is and this is here Ibn Dawood, hadith number 258, and this is here Abi Dawood too, so hadith number 2165, and this is I mean all those hadith is the same, you know. So here it says, this is the same hadith but shorter translation. Jews used not to eat with women during their menstruation, period. So the Prophet said, do everything else apart from nikah. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
What the Muslim translate nikah? Intercourse. All right?
Yeah.
And this is the link. Let me give it to you so you can, all those references are in one link. Nikah have nothing to do with marriage. The word marriage in Arabic is zawaj.
Yeah, I was saying this thing.
Nikah is a physical action entering something into something else. As simple as that. Yeah.
Oh my God. Is that really what it means, entering something into something else?
Yeah, like you can say تناكحت الأشجار. The ashjar did nikah. What does that mean? The branches of two trees are going inside each other, like the wind is shaking them, so the branches are going inside each other. This is nikah. All right?
Wow.
Yeah. This is what nikah means.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Okay, then one other thing is, I always hear you saying that the Quran only tells Muslims to pray 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Is there any way to prove it? Because when I speak with Muslims about it, they bring up a few verses, and it sort of looks like there might be 5. Is that possible at all?
No, that's false. There's nowhere in the Quran it says 5. All of them, they are the same. chapter 11, verse 114, it says, pray in the two end of the day and the approach of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
so
True.
if it's 5, that means the Quran is a contradiction. If there is 5.
True, I hear you. And then up in middle prayer and stand before. But what about this in chapter 20, right? It says, so before the rising of the sun, before its setting, and during periods of the night, and at the ends of the day. So it's like over there, it's like this.
You say that chapter 20, what verse?
Verse number 130.
Yeah, that verse doesn't say what they are saying. Chapter 20, verse 1.
130.
Yeah. First of all, this is not about prayer. This is about supplication. This something is called dua. This is not about prayer. It says وَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ قَبْلَ طُلُوعِ الشَّمْسِ. So this is supplication. This is not the prayer. Sabbih is not salat. Sabbih is supplication. So there's supplication and there's salat. Supplication says, oh God, guide me, oh God, whatever, you know. And here, even here, you know, it says here, before the sunrise. Do the Muslim they pray in a certain time? Like here it says, وَأَطْرَافِ النَّهَارِ. How many end for the day there is?
Just one.
No, according to Islam, there is 2. There's the day, the day in the beginning, and the day in the start.
Yes.
So, well, this is the day in the beginning, and this is the day in the start. So, what is before the sunrise and before the sunset? This is the 2 end of the day. The before the sunrise and before the sunset is the 2 end of the day. All right.
Right.
So what he's saying here, he's repeating the same sentence he just said in the beginning. So he's saying here, do supplication before the sunrise and before the sunset, and praise, and when the night approach, this is the they call it al-Isha prayer, you know, and and the 2 end of the day is repeating the same thing, because this is the 2 end of the day. If we go back to the verse I just showed you, and we check what this verse saying. If we let us see different translation. This is Yusuf Ali. Let us see other translation, because Muslim they add some words to some bracket, you know, some business bracket, because Quran is stupid. All right, look what it says. Look what it says here. At the 2 end of the day of this day and some hours of the night, i.e. 5 complementary salat. What?
How is that 5? Because it's 2 ends of the day. That means Maghrib and Isha, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And in some hours of the night, you can call that tahajjud, maybe. There's only 2.
The approach of the night, like there is the sunset is the end of the day, you know,
right,
and the sunrise is the start of the day. So those are 2 end of the day, and then the one about the night is at night, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is 3 prayer. They cannot be 5. Where is the 5? So if we go back here, first doesn't say salah. Here it says salah. See, here it says salah.
Yes.
There it says supplication. Sabbih. Sabbih have nothing to. Sabbih is not a duty to do. Sabbih is something you say anytime you want. You can say it however, but this is a favorite time. So when you do the prayer, you do in certain time, and it's advised to do supplication when you pray to. So here it says before the sunrise. This is the first end of the day, and this is before the sun set, and this is the second end of the day, and here the night. This is the same as in chapter. But here, what he's saying here, he's just repeating what he just said in the previous verse. So now supplicate in the two end of the day. Maybe you will be blessed. So he's not saying those additional, those are the same. Do you understand?
Yes.
Those are not five. He is just saying the same. So he said to you, here the difference is he told you what is the end of the day and what is the beginning of the day. So he said before the sunrise and before the sunset and with the closing of the night. So do praise the Lord in the two end of the day. Maybe he will listen to you. All right, that's it. This is not five, nothing to do with five.
3. Then I saw in chapter 2, verse number 238, I saw it even mentions a middle prayer. If I'm not mistaken, maintain with care the prayers and the middle prayer and stand before. I'm sure that doesn't mean the afternoon prayer.
Well, the middle prayer, there's three prayers. That one will be the middle between them anyway.
Okay, right? Perfect sense. Yes,
yeah,
100%.
But 100%. The verse you mentioned, which verse you said?
Chapter 2, verse number 238, Surah Baqarah.
Al-Baqarah, yes. Okay, if you read that verse here, man, this chapter is so long.
So long with nothing to say.
Yeah. All right. Chapter 2, 230.
238.
Yeah, 230. Where it says the middle of the day?
Only middle prayer. Yeah.
The surah, two end of the day, right? So if there's three prayer, one of them is going to be the middle.
100% I'm with you.
And here, it's very stupid. Like he said, like keep your prayer and the middle prayer. Well, he just said keep the prayers. Isn't the middle prayer is one of them?
True, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
If I say keep praying, like don't miss your prayer. What is this? What is the unique about the middle prayer? Isn't the prayer like the rest? It is.
Yep.
And here he says your prayers, not your prayer, like one. It is with S.
Yeah.
In Arabic it says as-salawat. So all the prayers. So adding this one here is just a stupid action.
Doesn't do anything.
In fact, if you take the word salat, anything is not salat, Salat is a word meaning prayer. This is why when the Muslim they say that Allah he sent the blessing to Muhammad, when they say pray on Salli ala Muhammad.
Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala
Yeah, they are lying.
Yeah, I know.
Those all the verses in the Quran about salat, as you see here, and nowhere it says five. Nowhere, nothing. The five prayer is mentioned only when Muhammad he went to heaven, and in his way coming back, Moses he asked him how many prayer Allah gave you. He said 50 prayer. So Moses he asked him to go back to Allah and ask him for burden to have it less. So Allah make them 40. He came back, Moses was waiting. He says to him, come on, your people cannot pray 40. Go back and ask Allah for more discount. He go back to Allah and he ask him. So to make it simple, from 50 to 5, what a big discount. So all here, all the Quran, we cannot find the word 5 anywhere, anyhow. And the Muslim did try to find it, but in fact it is in the hadith.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Muhammad can even negotiate with Allah. It's crazy.
Read this one here. Read this one here. Chapter 17, verse number 78.
So this one as well.
Okay. How many prayer here we have?
Only 2 I see here. Well, sun's decline. Maybe 3 maximum, but what I'm seeing is 2.
Yeah, it's only 2. When the sun but here is
Maghrib.
but here it's just counting 2 prayer, but he is but what is the point of this? You know, like isn't you who said that you have to pray the 3 prayer? So why you are repeating the same thing? And then he is saying to you that the Quran of in the dawn in the morning is very good. Why is that? Isn't Quran is the same Quran? Doesn't matter what time you say it, what time you do it. And here it says 2 salat and the Quran of the dawn. What is that Quran of dawn? Is that a salat? He didn't say.
Yep.
What is that?
100.
Because when they are praying, when the sun set, isn't it Quran too?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah. 100%.
What the point? Yeah. But here you will see here they use the word fatahajjad. The Muslim will translate it as prayer. You know, I don't know.
What does fatahajjad mean?
I don't know if you know, like in Ramadan, the Muslim they have a certain time. It's not the same as the prayer like they do in the mosque 5 times a day. It's a time where they do supplication, like ask God for certain things. You know, this is what it's meant. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I've been a Muslim for 26 years of my life, eh? I know.
Yeah.
So just 6 months ago.
All those verses is speaking about salat, but we cannot find really anything the Muslim they claim about the 5. Same time, what the point of those 5 if you are repeating the same thing anyway?
Yeah.
What a Muslim is not even praying.
Not praying at all. It's just repeating, going up and down, kiss the ground, back to town. Finish.
Exactly. That's a good one. Even the prayer in the day of a Friday is false. Nowhere in the Quran says prayer Friday. Look what the Muslim did. It's chapter 62, verse number 9. It says, "Oh, who you believe, when you are called for a Friday prayer, go for it." All right. But this has have nothing to do with making a Friday a day of a prayer. The Muslim they live between the Jews. The Jews, when the sun set, this is their Saturday for them.
Yeah.
And all the one who do business is the Jews. So you want to buy vegetables, you have to buy from the Jews. You have to fix your ox, you have to fix it from the Jews. You need to buy a sword, the Jews is the one who make it. So the Jews, when sun set in a Friday evening, afternoon, Saturday is here, Jews are closed.
Yeah.
There's no market. So what happened during Friday? The Muslims they don't go to prayer because everybody want to do shopping before the Jews shut down.
Oh.
So Muhammad he called for a prayer. Nobody is coming to the mosque. So he made this verse saying to them, when you are called for the prayer in a Friday, leave whatever you have and come. This has have nothing to do with the Friday prayer to be the prayer of Muslims. Later the Muslims they fabricate hadith saying the Prophet says that the favorite day of Allah is a Friday. If this is true, then how come Allah never gave it to Abraham, never gave it to Adam, never gave it to Moses, never gave it to Isa? Why only Muhammad? He was hiding it. Muhammad he claimed yes, he was hiding it for the Muslims. And that Muhammad he says Allah was hiding Friday from the Christian and the Jews. He said that. So this is how stupid he is. But here you see that even they have wrong understanding of what the Quran is saying. This is about the Jews closing Saturday, which is a Friday, because their Saturday start Friday. You know?
Yeah.
So nobody come to the prayer. And then this is why it says here, you see, look what it says here. if you see a bargain, all right, if you see a bargain, why he's talking about a bargain? What is the business here? There's a business. They are doing business. So he's talking about what? About doing shopping. You see that as verse 11?
For some amusement, they disperse heading to it and leave these standing. Say,
So Muhammad here is complaining that when they see they see shopping, they leave you alone in the mosque and they go and do shopping.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Yeah. So
this is what chapter verse what is this?
This is chapter 62, and this is verse number and verse number 11 should be verse number 10, and verse number 10 should be verse number 11. The one who placed it, obviously, he placed it in the wrong place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because here is talking about he is praying, and they are doing bargain. They leave you alone, right? Here is saying when you are done the prayer, spread in the earth. All right, go. Here is talking about when you are called for the prayer in Friday, leave everything and come to pray. And the reason for that, the Jews, they close their stores. The Jews will not even open a store, no matter what you do, if it is enter into Saturday. In fact, they close a few hours before the Saturday is over, just to be sure that they went home, they ate, they cook everything, so they do not need to do any work in Saturday.
Okay. Do the tafsirs agree with you?
Well, Muslim tafsir, everyone, he will give you his own tafsir. Like, do the Muslim agree with any tafsir anyway? You know. Yeah. But there is some tafsir. They were able to come to this conclusion. But this is the first thing I noticed myself, that it's about the Jews, have nothing to do with the Friday as the day of prayer. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
I never saw or knew about this. I'm actually having a debate with, as you know, I don't know if you remember my story. I am an ex-Muslim. You were the main propagator of it. So, I have some university friends, Muslims, and, liberal Muslims, not like my family who wanted to kill me or anything. So I was speaking with this guy, and I'm just using whatever you taught me, whatever I've learned from you, watching you, hearing your debates, listening to you day and night. So I'm just telling him these things, and he's like, you know what, Hadi, I cannot refute anything you are telling me. And he's a hafiz of the Quran.
Yeah, well, he memorized the Quran, but he don't understand anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you can open any interpretation. You see, we know that Allah, he made the Jews pigs and monkeys because they broke Sabbath. So how come Sabbath is so important to Allah? If you break it, you are going to be a pig. And how come the Muslim, they can work on Friday? Why Allah, he made the Jews not to work in Saturday, right? But Muslims, if this is their holiday, right, this is the day of Allah, why they can work in Friday? They can work normally on Friday. Muslims don't have to take off. Muslim, they can work 7 days a week. But the God of the Torah, he forbid the Jews from working Saturday. Okay, so how it is so serious when Allah gave it to the Jews, and suddenly Allah don't care for Saturday, and the Muslims are going for Friday, and why Allah didn't say to them, okay, don't work totally on Friday, the same He did to the Jews? How come?
That's very deep.
Yeah.
Why the law has been easier for the Muslims, but for the Jews the law is even more extreme than it is already. That is, wow. Okay, that's very deep. You opened my mind to that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, there is tons. There is tons of evidence. Muslims actually, they are disconnected. With their religion. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you can find. Maybe you can read Ibn Kathir in English. I don't know if you will find the same. But in Ibn Kathir, let me see if I can find the hadith in English. Give me a minute. Even it says actually, Allah, He deceived the Christians and the Jews from Friday.
Really?
Yeah. Adal, Allahu Adal. Adal mean deceive. So as you see here, this is Sahih, this is Sahih, this is Sahih. All of this is Sahih. All right. It says here, it was a Friday from which Allah diverted those who were before us. For the Jews, they set as aside for a prayer. In Arabic here, it doesn't say diverted, it says adal. He deceived. So Allah, He set aside for them was Sabt, which means Saturday. And for the Christian was set Sunday. And Allah turned toward us and guide us to Friday. All right. But in Arabic here, it says, Allah, He misguided. Allah, adallallah.
Adallallahu.
Yeah. So
I've read
Allah,
the similar statement.
Yeah, so Allah,
in the Quran as well.
Right. Allah deceived the Christians and the Jews from knowing Friday, as if we do not know. I thought Allah is the one who told us to not to break Sabbath. So He deceived us now? Yeah, that's what it says. Allah, He deceived us. You see, even here, the translation changed. Allah sent astray from Friday those who come before us. Why Allah do that? I thought Isa was a Muslim and Moses was a Muslim. So Allah, He sent Moses astray.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And this is what? This is Sahih, as you see. See it?
Yeah, it's from Kutub Sitta.
Yeah. Stupid religion.
Wow.
In fact, the reason they make it a Friday, because Muhammad, he said to them, khalifuhum. If you remember, there's a story of Ashura. So when Muhammad, he celebrate Ashura, he told them next year, inshallah, because they complained. They said, this is the same day the Jews, they celebrate. We should not celebrate with them, right? He says, yes. So next year, either we will do it the day before or the day after. But Muhammad died before that. Yeah. Let me see if I can find the hadith.
You always say duct tape religion.
Yeah. Let us see here.
Just making up things as he's going along. There's no God in any of this.
Yeah, I'm trying to find you the hadith where they were discussing changing the day so they don't celebrate with the Jews. Like here, I found this here, but it doesn't show the story. You see, actually here it says, look, but doesn't say in English. It says that the Prophet said, and Ibn Abbas, "Sumu al-tasi' wal-ashir wa khalif al-yahud." Fast the 9th and the 10th, and don't celebrate with the Jews. So even that they changed the day, which is a day he took from the Jews, supposedly. He just stole it from them. And now he's stealing the day. He changed the day of fasting just because the Jews, they fast on that day. But he stole it from them. If you type here Ashura, all right, if we go to the chapter here, Ashura, let us see.
Look at the translation. Where is the Jews in the translation?
Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Like you have to use the Arabic. If you have Google Lens in your phone, you can just
know what Yahud means.
Take a screenshot and you can translate the whole page.
Every Muslim must know this, eh?
If we go to Ashura, You know, you will see here when Muhammad he came to Yathrib, he found the Jews are fasting this day. So he said to them, what is this day? But here you see it is a day Quraysh fasted too. You see contradiction. But when he come to Yathrib, he said to he saw some Jews fasting. So he said, what is this day? He said, oh, this is the day where Moses he crossed the sea from Egypt. So he said, okay, well, we are more close to Moses than you. You know? Ah, hold on. Yeah, this is the same height we showed you. Let us see. The funny, look how many hadith says that Ashura was a day of the pagans. So why Muhammad is fasting it? All of those saying that it was a day of the pagans. But then you will see something else soon. Look how many hadith about this Ashura.
No, there's too many.
Uh,
Even me trying to look for that.
Here it says the day of Ashura was considered a Eid day by the Jews. So the Prophet ordered it. I recommended you Muslim to fast this. Do you see it?
I see it.
Oh, Al-Bukhari. He stole it from the Jews. And later he said next year we will change the date so we don't fast like them. We don't do it the same as they do. So he steal from them. And now he is trying to make himself like he's different because the Jews, they said to him, oh, this is how we do it. You know? Let me see here. Yeah, he said, let me see if I can find this hadith. Will prove to you that Muhammad is nothing but a thief. Here we go. Muhammad didn't even know what this day is. He asked him, what is this day? As you see, this is Sahih. Do you see still my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So Allah Messenger, he came to Medina, and this is Yathrib, the city of the Jews. He found the Jews. He found the Jews what? Observing the fast on the day of Ashura. See it? So he asked them, what is this? He asked them, he don't know. He's a prophet of God, do not know. He asked, what are you doing? Why you are fasting? They said, it is the day which Allah granted victory to Moses and his people, Bani Israel, over Pharaoh, and we observe it, fast out of gratitude to him. Upon this, the Messenger of Allah, he said, we are more closer to Moses than you. Huh? We will fast it too.
Wow.
He attached himself to the ass of the Jews right away. He just came to the town. He just came. This is the first day he came to town. He found them fasting. He hijacked Moses. We are more close to Moses than you. Suddenly, you know. And then he told them that the one who fast Ashura will erase the sin of 1 year. But then he came with Ramadan. He met with the Sabian. He decided to go with the Sabian because the Jews refuse him. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the hadith. Somu Ashura. Yeah. So Somu Ashura يكفر سنة Let us see. Look at the madness. Suddenly, he just learned about this day 5 minutes ago. And now, if you fast this day, it's not like Allah told him, he just learned it from the Jews. If you fast this day, this fasting will make you erase a sin of 1 year. Do you see it?
Yes.
The Prophet said, fast the day of Ashura, for indeed it is anticipated that Allah forgave the sin of the year before. It was just for 1 day. He just learned about it from the Jews. Just 5 minutes ago. And then later, he came with Ramadan, and he told them it's not necessary to fast Ashura. Look, what happened? I thought it's erased 1 year. It's better than Ramadan. Ramadan doesn't erase. You know? Yeah. Potato. Even he asked him to fast on the day he was born. What a stupid idiot. Self-worship. They ask him why we fast in Monday. He says it is the day which I was born and the day which was I sent as a messenger. Yeah. All of those. The day of Ashur, fasting, erase your sin. And then he decided, he said it's not important. Ramadan, that's it, Ramadan. It's not necessary no more. He changed his mind. Yeah. All of those saying. I'm trying to find where he says. Look, here he's saying Ashura was the day of Quraysh. Okay, how you say it's a day of the Jews about Musa's, and now you are saying it's the day of Quraysh? Used to fast during Jahiliyyah, which means this is the pagan practice. And the Messenger of Allah used to fast it, so he was pagan. But when the fast of Ramadan become obligatory, Ramadan was required and Ashura was left. Huh? But he said Ashura will erase a sin of 1 year. What is this? Potato. And again, this is Sahih. Tirmidhi.
Wow, the previous, the very next hadith.
Yeah. Yeah, this actually proves that he is a pagan. If you want to prove that Muhammad is fasting the same as the pagan, you can read this one for them. You know? Let me give it to you. You can receive it if you want.
Oh, I got it. So good. I see it. I'm just taking screenshots.
Yeah.
CP, I just also want to ask some of your advice. I like getting your advice in certain matters in life, you know. I wonder if you remember my story where, you know, my father, he wanted to kill me and all of that. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now again, you know, today they reaching out to me again. Come home. Let us feed you. It's your birthday. I'm like, I still want to tell these people I'm sorry. I don't want to come home. I cannot come home, you know, where you can do such things to me.
No, after what they have done with you, you better not to go, and you know, be independent in your life. You can talk to your mom from time to time. Just be a good son. Love them anyway. Love your mom, but you know, you do not need to be with them anymore. Have your own life, and you know, the earth is big. They try to kill you. They try to do a lot of things to you. You can forgive them, no problem, but don't be a foolish again.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Going back to people who try to kill you is a foolish idea. How we can trust them? Like what? You were not their son 2 months ago, and now you are the son. Just let them go and live your life.
Yeah.
All right.
So, man, I'm just hearing all of this. No, thank you for the lesson. I got everything I wanted.
You're welcome. All
Thank you
right.
so much. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
All right, my
No,
friend.
have a blessed day, CP. Have a blessed day.
Take care. God bless you.
I'll see you. Okay. Another thing. Wait.
Okay. 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 Okay.
As what I have been suffering. Now you know my God. My whole life was Allah. You
Yeah.
know, said it my whole life. La ilaha illallah. You know, everything I did in my life. You know, until I realized what on earth is going on over here. But regardless, I don't know what God is anymore. I know that there is God. You know,
God.
and
God is love, my friend, and that is a Christ. It's not about you. It's not about the name. It's about the word. Like when we say Christ, we are talking about the Savior. It's not a name as much as it is about what He would do. So God is love, and God who don't love you, He is not God. Our God, our Lord, the Messiah, He loved the world, so He came to save us. So to know who's God, you have to know love first, and you have to recognize that Jesus is the only one who will love you in this world with no return. He don't want anything from you. Even your parents, when they have their love to you, you know, usually they expect return from you. Like, okay, your mom, she will say to you, I take care of you and feed you, and now you are doing this to me. You know, don't take care of me. So even your parents, even though supposedly, even your mother who have her in her womb, you know, have you in her womb for 9 months, still she is expecting return, even though her love is amazing. But the love of the Lord, He don't want any return. His love is pure. It's all about saving you. So to know what is God is about, if you are able to learn what is love, then you will know Jesus. And love have to be free from expectation of return. So if we are able to love and we don't, like, I love to help this person, but I don't want anything from this person. I love to be a good person, not because I want to get reward to go to heaven. I love to be a good person because I think this is the right thing to do. People
yeah,
who
true.
people
That
who
is what
seek
I believe.
reward, the second you seek reward, it's mean you are not really in favor of the action as much you are in favor of the reward. With the Christ, even though you will receive reward, but if you are in love with the Christ, you love to be with Him. That is your reward. You are not interested in heaven and trees and flowers and food and women. Your interest is you are in love with the Lord, who consider you as His child. So when you reach that point, you will learn who is God, not before that. If you are looking just for God, like to be someone to pray to, like just to feel some security around you, that is a fake feeling. But if you are looking
Yes,
for a true God, is the one who
yes,
is within His love, and your love to Him, you will always have relationship, and you are in communication. To make it simple, a man, he love the women, but if the woman is not a woman, he will not love her. If she is
Yeah.
not pretty in his eyes, he will not love her. So the love of the man to the women is a love of appeal, a love of interest, a love of reward. He love her because she is a female, he is a male. She can provide him with something, he can provide her with something. So now we have a partnership. Our love to the Lord and His love to us specifically, He don't need anything from us. He don't want us to provide Him anything. All what He want us to be in love with each other. You love your brother, the Lord will love you. When Jesus, He says, I was hungry, I was thirsty, I was a prisoner, I was a stranger, you took me in. They said, when we did that to you? He said, when you did it to my brother, you did it to me. So to be in love is to be in love with good. And when you are in love with good, you are in love with Jesus. And there's no one good as Jesus, for God is good, and only God is good, and no human being is good. So this is how you can find God if you want, if you are interested.
Okay. Wow. No, that's amazing. That's what I've been trying to do.
All
No,
right.
no, no, no. Thank you, CP.
You're welcome.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you, my friend.
Take care.
Have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you. All right. No more people coming to the stage. We are done for today. And remember one thing, guys, that the unique thing about Christ, that we are in love, not because we are seeking return. You love to be good because you believe from your heart that in order to be with the good God, you have to be a person who seeks goodness. And to seek goodness is to follow the guidance of the Lord. Be holy like your Father. You cannot be in love with the Lord and you are in love with yourself. You are selfish. You are greedy. You are evil. You like to take advantage of people. You are in love only when you are a person who is not selfish. You love to help. You love to be wonderful. You love to be human. The Messiah, when he says, I am the Son of Man, yet he said, I am the Son of God. So he wanted us to come back to our humanity. So he took our look, he took our flesh, so we can be the son of men, but as a human, not the son of the devil, as he said to those who denied him. If your father is Abraham, you do the work of your father. So if you are the son of God, you do the work of God. So be holy like your father. So with the Messiah, he bring you back to humanity, so you will not be evil. You will not be thinking about yourself. You will be a person as God created you to be, a person in heaven. You go back to heaven. And in heaven, we don't think about what is yours and what is mine. For what is mine is yours. And the most important is us, all of us being family, children of God with his love. So Christ is not only a beautiful idea, Christ is reality and can change your life. And not only when you go to heaven, can change your life when you are here. So you can have a beautiful life. You can enjoy beautiful marriage or beautiful children if you practice what we are saying. The father, he gave himself to his family. The wife, she gave herself to the family. The children, they appreciate the father and the mother, and they gave themselves to the father and to the mother. Everybody is giving himself to everybody. That is heaven. You are already in love. You are already a one strong body of love. The same as a tree have roots. The more the roots are deep, the more the trees can be solid and can stand wind and storms. The more the roots are shallow, even the tree can be big in the top, but the roots are shallow. The tree with some wind is going to break and destroy it. So the roots of any successful tree is the root of love. Family without love does not exist. Marriage without love is just a contract of two people to share a house or to share a bed. Business without love, to be decent, is not going to be business. It's going to be a place of a scam, a place of lie. Anything you do, if you take love from it, it's going to be hell. If you go to work and you hate it, you don't love it, it's going to be very painful. Love is very important for success. To success with God, to success with man, to success with yourself, and to bring security and comfort to yourself. You are in love, you are in heaven, you are in happiness. You are in hatred, you are torturing yourself. You are enjoying torture to yourself. Yet you think you are torturing the one you hate. But in fact, you are the first one to suffer from your hatred, because your heart is boiling with your hatred. You can't even think for a second without thinking about your enemy. Your life is already destroyed. You are dead. Your hatred killed you. When you are in love, hatred is not there. You see the sky blue, you don't see it dark. You see the water clear, even if it's muddy. Even it's muddy, because you see the positive side of it. You see a human being good looking, even if you don't look good like me. you see things differently because you're in love. The same as a mother, she think her son is the most handsome man or the most pretty girl. Why? Because she is your mother. She's in love. So she think you are the most beautiful. This is what love can do. Love can even make us change the way we see things, beautify things, make us enjoy life. So learn how to enjoy life, and the best way to enjoy life to be in love with the Lord. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you all, protect you, and let us be in love. And remember, love, not lust. That is two different stories. They oppose each other. God is good, so is Jesus. I mean to that. And see you soon again. Bye-bye.